Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. It might be a slightly different time because our clocks just changed for what should be the last time, at least here in British Columbia. We got some natural light, so I feel like I can get away with, like, I don't know. Weird lady. Okay. Let's do that. Spooky2, thank you for the 44-month resub. Appreciate it very much. Welcome back to Haranir time. She's just so cute. I can't not. It's so fun to log in the morning. I mean, first of all, it's fun to log in the morning in general. I guess it is. It's Saturday? It's Sunday? What is it today? It's Sunday, right? That's a reasonable time day of the week for people to play WoW in the morning. But, you know, I'm level 18. And I got some questing to do. It's kind of nostalgic. It almost feels retro. Yesterday I was talking about how I haven't leveled a character from 10 in forever. It kind of discounts remix, but I don't know if remix counts for for the purposes of what I mean. Just because, like, I don't know. This is different. This is a different pace. Luck for the last time. Springing forward really messes me up. It's so happy to have more sunlight in the evenings. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little groggy, but I probably would have been a little groggy anyway. Here, I'm gonna do this. I am trying to keep an eye on my talents and try to pick ones that give me lots of damage, because I almost felt like even with my heirlooms, I wasn't really that strong for my, I don't know, just for being leveling in heirlooms. I felt a lot weaker than I used to be, and I know they've squished stuff, so the gear's a bit funky. I had some cases yesterday where a piece that had higher item level actually had, like, lower stats, which was a bit, well, I mean, it's expected with squishes, but it's weird. How is everybody doing today? Internet cable is cut. Day 2 of 3 without internet. No WoW for me today. Only one more day left to go. The first time I read that, I wasn't sure if it was like an intentional thing, like if you were taking like a detox. You know, like you cut your internet cable and you're weaning yourself off of WoW, but the 2 of 3 kind of implies to me that it's like a planned outage. I guess it could be a planned 3-day internet free period. Mount Journal, mount your spring butterfly. From the mount journal and not from the bar, because that's the mount that I've got on my on my bar here. This doesn't seem to be yoinking the camera up. Yesterday my expedition yak was, though, so it feels like they're playing whack-a-mole with that one. 3.5 hours of sleep last night before work today. Hooray, spring forward. Oh, man. I mean, without it, though, you would have been at 4.5, right? That's still not good. I'm sorry. What's going on? It's nice to see the raid guides rolling out. Yeah, hopefully we can get them all together in time. It's looking good. Elsa Groggy doing great. We'll be heading up to Whistler with friends later today. Nice. How was your trip? Is the weather everything you dreamed? I don't think it's snowing or anything in Vancouver. Although we are supposed to get some weather. I don't know about Vancouver, but soon. Journal, it fixed the camera issue. Oh. Yeah, that one seems okay for me, but other ones... Let me try mounting on the expedition yak from the journal and see if it fixes that one. It could be just that they hotfixed that particular mount problem, and it's the... Oh, no, you're right. Weird. Huh. Now, with midnight out, torn between leveling and working on my house, as I knew would be the case. I want to work on my house too, but I also feel like I need to... It's the same problem I kind of had before... the expansion launched, where I felt like I needed to get everything before I wanted to sit down and decorate, because what if the perfect thing is just something I don't have yet, you know? And custom skull art? Yeah, but I've been using that for years and years and years. I drew that a long time ago. Hopefully I didn't scale it wrong. It should be just like a little one on any heroic mechanic should be flagged with the skull. The little tank icon and the healer ones are custom too. Snow later this week? Awesome. Nice. Take a portal that does not dismount you on use or load in. It's very diligent of you. I'm of a different mindset. I feel like Blizzard should fix it, and I should just sit here and complain until they do. They must be trying to fix it, because sometimes the mount will have that problem and then it will go away. So I feel like they're working on it, but it must be complicated, because I can't imagine they're happy with it. It must be difficult to get it universally fixed. I've had it be a problem on specific mounts for a while and then not, and then crop up on new ones. Hogwarts used to do it, now it doesn't. I think I'm almost getting used to it. Larger than typical ink icon, but it was the right size to say this bit is important. Yeah, I don't know exactly when I made those, but I know it was many, many expansions ago. Can I find out the date on a file, actually? Hang on, I've got them here. I've got a little folder called my Raid Guide Edit Kit that's got all my little bits and pieces for that. There's also... Hey, you want to see them? There is... This is my end card. These ones don't get used much. It's pretty much never that there's a mechanic that's flagged specifically for ranged. The same thing with melee, but I did have a little sword there for that one. The tank one comes in 3 colors, just in case I need to specify between different tanks, but that's the one you usually see. There's my skull. He doesn't look so cute zoomed in, huh? He looks a lot cuter zoomed out. You can tell that I did this. I never said I was good at it. This one I think is actually kind of cute. I like that one. And then, of course, we've got one each of the figures. We've seen these before. This was actually, I think, vaguely based off of Flabby, because it's a Dark Iron Dwarf Enhancement Shaman. And then this is, he's just fabulous. What was another one? Oh, the boot. I like the boot. This is for any mechanic that you need to kick. That's probably one of the better ones. I did quit art for a reason, though. Oh, I was going to check the date. I wanted to see how old those are. Hang on a second. See if it's in the metadata. Kick icon. Properties? August 2018. So those are 8 years old now. Too hard on yourself. Those look great. Oh, that's sweet of you. I think how generous we are is directly proportional to how much you like me, so I'm going to take that as a compliment. Drew those in Procreate on iPad with pencil. That was back when I used to do that for Patreon every month. I used to draw people, I used to draw pictures of like pets or just little art. Well, art. And then I did the wallpapers, and now I do nothing because it was not actually as fulfilling as I wanted it to be. Hi, guys. There's a kitty and there's a doggy in here. Hi, baby. What if you guys just like both cuddled up in the bed? It would be so cute. Think about it. They're never gonna, I don't think they're ever gonna cuddle. No, I was gonna say no more Darkmoon Fair, but that's not true. I've got 30 minutes left of my buff, so I better quest as hard as I can. I'm sure that this is not the optimal leveling route. I'm kind of doing this pathway for nostalgia more than anything. The Westfall Stew quest actually really sucks, so I should probably skip past that one. I mean, it is kind of coming along. I just need to adjust my expectations down from where they were in like Remix, you know, where you could level a whole character in like 4 hours, 2 hours, 90 minutes, start to finish kind of thing. Oh, I'm so happy to just, I don't think I have anything else going on this morning. I think I can just hang out and quest in my hunter. Every talent point's going to be new adventure. I've been dying to use this bow ever since I bought it. I think maybe I mogged it on a hunter, but I wasn't playing the hunter at the time. I feel like it's just so perfect for her. Love her. I spent almost a full hour yesterday on stream in the morning doing just customization, and then must have been at least 15 minutes just thinking of a name. Ishiork, thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. I love her too, though. I didn't think that she was going to end up this like kind of pastel and feminine, but I'm obsessed. I'm really all about it. Do I need this one? I suppose so. I should really stop doing this quest because the drop rate sucks so bad. Although, if anything, complaining about drop rates also feels kind of nostalgic. Love her. Her name is Ficus. She is Blossombringer Ficus. Her pet, her Saptor pet here is called Larata, after a variety of ficus. Your popular fiddly fig house plant. And yeah, she's cute. She could have been duckweed. Part of me is wondering if perhaps I should have just called her duckweed. One of these guys? Yeah, one of these guys. Love the name. It was just a nice short name. I love a nice short name that's like a real word. It makes me feel like I'm getting away with something to have gotten it in the first place. Let's see if we can, yeah, this still works. Sometimes this quest gets broken by scaling, but it looks like it's okay. Appreciate this hunter massively. Oh, the game's really testing my resolve to stick to my guns and not use my boost by having the leveling pace be actually like normal and not outrageous. I leveled for what? If we spent an hour creating the character, maybe 2 hours of leveling yesterday to get from 10 to 18. Maybe I can do better today as I start getting talent points or upgrades or something. I was thinking, do I need like food buffs or like, is there a low level flask I should be doing? Is there something that's going to make me scale a lot better? I don't know. Have not tried going after Petal Wing yet. I haven't really been like on the rare grind. I know that I want to at some point. I do check for them whenever I'm doing prey, or at least this week when I was doing prey. I made a point to kind of check all the spawn points and kill any rares that I could. But I'm definitely not on the daily grind like some people are. Warband food you can make. Tell me more about warband food. Is it level agnostic? Let me see. I don't know if I'm familiar with that. I need more coffee. Much fun as it's been to frolic around Vancouver with my friends, I have had notable WoW withdrawal. It's a tough timing for your vacation. At least it happened not quite right on top of it. WoW is just like really fun right now with the new expansion. It's just, I love preseason. It's so good. Alright, so we're just gonna ditch the Westfall stew, I think. Well, it'll give us the next quest if we do it. I have all the ochre. I almost have all the Gortez flanks. Let's just suck it up. Also, I'm level 19, so I can use a new talent point, and I should check to see if these upgrades are good or not. I'm prioritizing main stat over secondaries. I don't know exactly what the weights are, but that's kind of how I've been going about doing this. We're getting a BM talent. I'm just like thinking like, what's going to give me big damage? Cobra shot is probably a pretty big deal. Raid ready at least. Well, fun to catch up. Syntax Legend, thanks for the gift subs. Appreciate it. All right, let's do, oh yeah, the talent point. I wanted Cobra Shot. That's going to replace my arcane shot. It's going to reduce my kill command cooldown. I don't know if it's going to do more damage, but something. So I should probably be using my kill command on cooldown would be ideal. Yeah, I am doing more damage now. I felt like I was a bit weak at first, but now that I've got a couple of talents together, it's going a little better. We need flesh rippers. I know that I get experience for gathering lumber and for gathering like herbs and ore. I keep going back and forth over whether it's worth the experience to stop for it though. Hello, Hazelin chat. Hi, Nordic Light. How are you doing today? All right, this one, this one. Oh, I feel like I need kill shot. I feel like I'm missing it. Yes, it's worth it. Because there's an argument to be made for just questing as efficiently as possible. I don't have any AoE yet, so I can't really like gather stuff up and burst cooldowns. XP you wouldn't have for a few little seconds of clicking. I mean, everything you do in leveling is XP you wouldn't have for a few seconds of clicking. It's just a question of which one's more experience for fewer seconds. Never knew about the warband food thing. The party food gets warbound when you make it. Which I remember surprising me because I went to sell it at the end of the expansion. I was like, what do you mean I can't sell it? Oh, alright. What can I do for you? We're going back to the farm. Oh, back inside here, actually. She's going to send me to... Yeah, she's going to send me to Sentinel Hill. Thought I hated abundance, but it's nice to not try very hard at something sometimes. Love her even more on that mount. Isn't she amazing? The game's really come a long way in letting me be who I was meant to be on the inside. Royal Roast? Is there a minimum level on that? I feel like 50 primary stat at level 17 or 18, 19 would be verboten. Oh man. Can you hear that? My doggy's having a fun time with his toy. He doesn't normally go ham on the squeaky toys this early. Let's do these guys. The stew quest is kind of annoying, to be honest with you, so the earlier I can start it, the better. I could also leave this zone and quest elsewhere. I usually like to do some of Westfall. I like to do the first big main kind of chunk of Duskwood. And then I like to do Northern Stranglethorn. So that's kind of what I'm following here, just because it's what I used to do. Usually at the end of Stranglethorn, I would then head to Plaguelands. Do Western and then Eastern Plaguelands. And that used to be my leveling route back when you had to level through all this. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Tried to enjoy Mop Classic for the nostalgia purposes, hit by the reality of the amount of quality of life and general vibe of the game I missed, which makes me go back to retail. Oh, I've engaged with too many things. Here, let's get rid of this one. Let's revive our poor chapter. I like the pet a lot. I'm glad that I have at least one flora fauna that I can level with, because I was going to be sad if I had to wait until level 80 to get any of them. Farva, thank you for the 7-month resub. Appreciate it. Yeah, I need all the modern conveniences of retail. I know add-ons can kind of sort of bridge the gap for classics, but I don't know. My favorite version of classic was always hardcore. It just offers a completely different kind of goal and pace than retail. You do that. We're gonna hand out some stew. I do feel like I'm leveling a little faster. Yesterday, I think I was also, by the time I got finished leveling creating the character, I think I was a little bit fried. Oh, all the things is telling me about zone drops. Should I be grinding these for a Brutish Riverpaw axe? That sounds like something I did once upon a time. Requires 90? No, you're fine. I figured it might be something like that. It's unusual for them to have food that scales down. There may be some lower level food that like ended up with a wonky level, but I don't think it's really worth chasing. It was just an idea. Thanks for checking. Ninja Lizard, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. Holy smokes. Am I tripping or are you early? In both. Neither. Time change. We had our clocks change here. West Coast. For me, anyway. But I've been promised it's the last time for me. Lean V, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Daylight savings, my beloved. Yeah, that's the one. It woke me up an hour earlier. You can tell I'm thrilled about it. I'm not doing so bad. Also, I feel like my Haranir needs to chat with the people of Westfall and really find her place in the world. You know, she didn't really. I don't feel like she knew a whole lot about the people and cultures and political state of Azeroth that she's walking into. So this is kind of her doing her market research. It's crazy how you guys just have a time wizard that's like, have 1 extra hour or less. Yeah, it's crazy. They only crack. I know, we have a wizard and we only crack him out for this one kind of annoying thing. You think we could use him for fireworks at least? Cornucopia of disturbing concepts. I'm wearing the one watch that I managed to actually fix the time on because it's the one that I found that has like a regular crown that I know how to fix. The other one I gotta look up the manual for because I forget how to set it. It's got buttons and I don't know what they do. Alrighty. Maybe one more piece of lumber and then... Oh, we have to kill more gnolls actually. Boo. I don't know if that's a boo as in like a spooky one or a boo as in a displeased one, like you're upset because of the hour of the day or something. Alright, let's do these. I'm excited for when I unlock Bestial Wrath. That's going to be lots of fun. My Mind Ficus is basically an early access Kata remix or classic remix. Eversong Woods was making me feel kind of nostalgic for just a regular zone with beaches and forests and normal stuff. And I think that's partly why I want to level. I mean, I always like leveling here. I always do this. This is not original for me. I've never really been like a level through WoD or Dragonflight kind of person. Loved Ever Song. I'm so happy it's one of our end game zones. Gonna watch Black Mirror soon. Nice. I say nice. I love Black Mirror, but it's a lot. Used to think it was an anime. There's Love, Death, and Robots, or some of those words. That one's not an anime, but it's animated and kind of works with some of the same themes. Maybe that's what you were thinking of. First starting zone, the emotions I felt. Love, Death, and Robots. Did I get the words right? That's good. I think I saw it like a long time ago. Yeah, Black Mirror is getting a little uncomfortable because it's not really far-fetched at all. Well, how you doing? People used to make fun of it by saying the whole concept was what if phones but too much? And then phones but too much kind of like happened to the world. And now it's just kind of sad. Earlier seasons are fine. I like the whole thing. Some people have eras of Black Mirror that they felt were much stronger or worse than others. I like all of it. Even the episodes people don't like. I will say the very first episode is like a hard watch for me, and I feel like I don't need to watch it again. I know what happens. I get it. I can skip that one, but I don't think it's bad. It's a bad episode. I just think I'm good. Saw your channel was recommended. Hello, Slappy Jerry. Welcome. Let me introduce myself. I'm Hazel. I play WoW. What do I do? Medium to casual stuff on stream mostly, but we have a nice time. We're fairly relaxed. I talk about like life more than I think it's like 50% WoW in games and then 50% just whatever else is going on. I do make content on YouTube. That's true. That's true. I'm back.
Farewell.
Got a weapon from Mythic 0 and 2 in a row from Hard Praise. Oh no. First two were great. Third could have stayed where the sun don't shine. Yeah, duplicates of that kind of stuff really sucks at this early stage of the season. What's your item level up to? I have been slacking. I have not really been... If I was being studious, if I was being good, I would be, instead of leveling this character right now, I would be doing Sojourner side quests in all the zones for reputation, as well as like just world quests. And would be getting my rep ups to get my champion items, because the only one that I have is the trinket. And I'm not even far off of the other ones. Like, it would not be hard for me. It would not be hard for me to get at least Silver Moon done. There we go. However, I'm gotta follow your heart. 235, one more Mythic 0 to go. Holy smokes, you're cooking. Dungeon Weekly's up if you haven't done it. 1K rep. Yeah, I for sure haven't. I don't think I've done that. Oh dear. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm gonna give a lot of advice that I'm not gonna follow. Not because it's bad advice, but because my laziness knows no bounds. 2 sparks. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to get someone to craft something eventually. What if I just hold on to my sparks and I just never use them? I hate getting gear crafted. I hate it. And Flabby's not even leveling armor or weapon crafting right away, so I would have to actually talk to a stranger. Ugh. Got a head from Mythic 0 after already getting the renown one. Oh man. 4 sparks for a staff? Not 2? It's usually 2. Did they change it? Not using mine sparks at all because I couldn't be bothered to min-max like that. Don't see gear in the renowned vendors. Rep is past 9. The trinket was a quest. There may be like... There's definitely the items. It may be given via quest and not via vendor though. They doubled it because you get a full spark now. Oh. Alright. 2 for armor, 4 for weapons, sure. Well, at least now I don't have to put my sparks together anymore. That was always kind of annoying. I guess it makes sense because we don't even have Valor Stones either. That works. I can ignore a full spark just as easily as a half spark. I don't know if I'm gonna do a weapon or not. I guess it'll depend on what my gear is looking like, and I'll have to look at the guide and see if there's any like slot specific embellishes that are best for me. I love professions, but dealing with the gearing up part of them is like my least favorite thing. Oh, there's a rare over there. What's this? That's just switching flight style. I don't need to learn how to do that. Is it because I'm level 20? Do I have a talent point to spend? I do. Hang on. I gotta do the rare. What if someone snipes him? Rares while you're leveling like this are good for XP. I lost him. I lost him. Thought he was right over here. Maybe he's patrolling. Is that him? No. Found your stream. Any add-ons to help with leveling? I have a couple add-ons that just make my UI look nicer for leveling. I have dialogue UI, which gives me, it skins the quest window when I'm picking up a quest to make it more readable. Waypoint UI gives me this sort of, hang on, let me get a good example. There it is. Waypoint UI does like a big light beam waypoint that's a bit easier to follow. So I like that one too. Let me accelerate, use a couple cooldowns. But I don't use any add-ons that kind of tell me where to go or what to do, because I feel like that's what the quest does. Live and die by dialogue UI. Life changes. Yeah, leveling rare is good XP. I don't know what, I lost my guy. Is that him? No, that's the quest boss. That's okay. Hi Tweak, how you doing today? Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a nice weekend. Last night after I finished my desk hours for the day, I decided I was finally gonna set up some aquarium stuff. I was gonna do it. Maybe I should help over here. This seems like whatever's happening is taking someone like a while. I don't need. Oh no, I do. I do need Django Spotlight. This is the Haranir Druid Bear form. Isn't it sick? Big. I don't even want to call it a pangolin. I don't even know what that is. It's huge. Hi, Moose. How are ya? Is that your squeaky toy? You gotta ask your dog obvious questions. Hi, buddy. Is that for me? Is that for me? This morning I was it's good strength training. This is not a good angle though. I was hey. Right here? I know you can catch better than that. Bubby, I know. You're usually sleeping this time of day. I'm so excited. I missed you. Barbershop says Quill Bear. Still upset no actual pango form. He's so happy it's like infectious. One of the Fire Nation riding beasts from Avatar. Spend my talent point. I picked this one because I wanted to get enough points to get down to the 3% agi. Oh, I need another stack of natural mending. That's why. Love that about my dogs too. So very happy. Getting out of bed in the morning is a million times easier because I know that when I finally drag my butt out of bed, I can go find my Mosey. Oh, there he is. I found the rare. He was blending in. I can go find him and I can say good morning and I can give him his big morning smooch and I can give him his big morning hug and I can like scritch his scruff and I can go, hey, and he goes, and it's just like, we do it every single morning. He does something I call noodling, which is where, he noodles. He puts the top of his head down on the floor, ideally of like a dog bed or something. And then his butt stands straight up in the air and then he just kind of like flops from side to side. It makes me a little worried for his spine, but I guess he's keeping his flexibility. He does it when he's like really happy. And it's very cute, and I can get him to do it if he's in the right mood, and I like go kind of like sit in one of his beds and I go, Mosey, and he'll come and he'll flop right over on the top of his head and start noodling. And yeah, it's his morning yoga class. It's a crime that I don't have a video of it. It's just usually I'm involved in the noodling process. Oh, is that for me? Thank you so much. Cupcake Chaos, thank you for the 57-month resub. Hope you're enjoying Midnight so far. I'm having a blast. Very excited for the season to start. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I've been enjoying Mythic Zeros in the preseason. I've got 2 more of them to do, and I'm gonna do them. Tonight, I think. Sometimes if you're playing tug with him like this, you can like start his motor and get him to kind of like fake growl by growling at him first. Let me see. Grrr. No. Moosey motor. Grrr. You're being too sweet. Isn't he cute? Aren't you just so cute? There he is. There he goes. You're pretty big and strong, but I am still, despite my general frailty, I am bigger and stronger. I'm sorry. Also, you have no traction. Oh no, I'm dying. Good puppy. He is pretty strong. I can't not play with him. It's just, he never comes to see me in the morning. I'm so flattered. How old is he? He's gonna be 3 in May. I think he was born in May. So you're gonna turn... You lay down, you goof. You're not even trying anymore. Yeah, he's gonna turn 3. So he's 2 right now. Husky Mix will make sounds. You think he's being aggressive? He's just hardcore playing. Like to play bitey face. Yeah. You have to really try to get the Moosey motor going. He's not a vocal dog. He almost never barks. He barks more in his sleep than he ever does when he's awake. The Vampire Enthusiast, thank you for the 16-month resub. Appreciate it. How's Midnight been treating you so far? So far, so good. I'm enjoying my new Haranir alt. My leveling efficiency is kind of taking a nosedive, but I'm really enjoying my new Haranir. I spent quite a while getting her customized, getting her set up. I'm leveling the old-fashioned way. I'm level 20 and rolling. I remember when you got him. I still kind of can't believe they gave me a dog. Hey, buddy. He's like... He's just such a cool dude. He's a good guy, you know? Like, he's a dog and he's cute, but he's like a good dude. That toy's also held up decently well. He's trying to disembowel it, but he hasn't managed to fully kill it. Alright, we finally got all of those guys killed. We can go turn all this in. Let me see. Yeah. When your gatherings like grouped up like this, maybe? Although I don't want to get myself in trouble with the elites. Let's see. Bruhabik, thank you for the gift subs. Appreciate it. Nita, thank you very much as well. Appreciate the brand new sub. Yeah, he's a good boy. I don't know what I would do without pets in my life. A lot of my life is involving them because they bring me such a large percentage of my overall life joy. I'm never gonna get bored of them. More damage. Yeah, that seems like a good one. If you kill him, buddy, if you kill him, he's gonna be dead. No. Moosey, that's where I stitched him up. Hang on, can I show? Can I have it? I did a little bit of emergency surgery on this one. You can see that he's down a limb over here. And I actually finally got my sewing kit and I went and I closed the wound. I did some sutures. I've been watching the pit. And it's holding together, but he's trying to rip out my stitches. I'm gonna take him away, buddy. You can have him again later. Hold on, BRB. All right, buddy. You can settle down now. This is so unusual. He normally never comes and hangs out on stream. This is rare day. American Bobtail had him for 13 glorious years. Oh, Gandalf's a great name. If you had the power to fully domesticate an animal and they'd be perfectly fine and it'd be like super ethical, would you have an animal in mind? You so know me. That is a very Hazel set of qualifiers. I don't know about domesticate, but I think I would ascend to the astral plane if I was like friends with a pod of whales. And mind you, we're imagining that I can swim well. I can swim, but I get tired. Or B, not cold. Like imagining that we can share a habitat. I think that getting adopted by like a pod of humpback whales would be the most spiritual thing that could ever happen to you. Oh, and Neutron, thank you for the 3-month resub. Appreciate it. It would be more like them domesticating me, though, than the other way around. They're very big. And they feel very wise. Get a pair of high-quality headphones, get super in my bowl, and chill to that kind of music. Right. I don't think so. Thanks for the 3-month resub. Before my dog came in, I was talking about how last night I set aside some time to try to set up my aquarium. I had this whole plan. I was going to like rinse the gravel and kind of start to fill it up. And then I was like, well, before I start to like put things in the aquarium, I should really check that my equipment works and I should really like leak test it. So I picked a spot for it and I filled it with water to try to have it filled with water overnight so I can see if it leaks, basically. If there's a better way to leak test, I don't know about it. And I got the filters installed and set up and running, and then I found my ammonium chloride, so I was like, well, I may as well let it chew on some ammonia while it's like empty anyways. I was able to seed it with some filter media from my old tank to kind of jumpstart the cycle, but there's only one fish in that tank, so it's probably going to need a little bit of time to pick itself up anyway. And it took me, everything that I did, I felt like took me 5 times longer than I thought. I spent, I think, 35 minutes just trying to mount a power strip to a shelf so it didn't like wiggle around, because every time I've set up an aquarium in my life, my wiring and like everything that's plugged in has always been vaguely sketchy. And you want to be careful because it's like water, you know? Ideally, you want to have drip loops so that if any water slides down like a power cord to a filter or something like that, it drips off of the thing, not into the power bar and or outlet. And I've sometimes done those in my life, and sometimes I've just kind of YOLO'd it. And I always told myself, if I had my own place and I was allowed to actually like install things properly, I would do it properly. And then last night when I started setting up this tank, I'm like, oh no, that means now. So I actually like mark out a spot and I'm trying to mount the power strip and I've got my drill and I'm not very handy. I'm working on it. Have you gotten heritage yet? No, I don't think yet. I think maybe it happens at level 50 is what people were telling me. So another, 29 levels to go. Code should probably require them to be plugged into GFCI outlets. Yeah. Heritage level 50. Mm-hmm. Just having half decent cable management and things like check valves on the air pumps and stuff is a pretty big step for me. But the good news is I don't think the tank leaks. It looks good so far. Everything seems to work. I was driving myself nuts. I had a pack of a certain sponge that I needed. And I know I bought like a multi-pack of them years ago when I set up my last tank. And I held on to them somewhere so that I could have more of them for this. And I was looking for them and I've moved now and I don't know what happened to them. I could not find them. And I don't want to buy another pack of them. They're not expensive, but like I have a bunch of them somewhere. I'm never going to find anything ever again. No quest line. Just talk to Owena. You get heritage with a boost. Jury's out. I've heard both ways. I've heard that you have to level, and I've also heard that boosting gives it to you. I don't know. I'm leveling anyway. Oh, I need one more red bandana. I'm not quite done here. I feel like they would be pretty generous. I feel like they would just give it to you. Yeah, you can boost Haranir. I don't see why not. Boosted my first Haranir. Got heritage. There you go. Got it with a race change. Boosted. Got it. Thank you for the anonymous gift subs. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, if they give it to you for race changing, then they'll give it to you for whatever. That's good. I've heard it looks nice. I think it's cool they give you some Haranir-esque armor just from the starting experience, so even if you are leveling the old-fashioned way, you can still enjoy it. Or not the heritage armor, but something along those lines anyway. Nice 2 different color options, yeah. I will not look it up so I can be surprised when we get there. I think this is probably as far as I want to go. We'll see what the next quest is. As soon as they want me to go into the dream, I think we're... we can listen to the rally. That's fine. Oh, that's a nice big upgrade. That's an upgrade too. Are those male? Yeah, those are male. Still level 20 and a half. Oh, you know what? The Grayson Lighthouse quest is probably really easy now that I can skyride. It's just kind of a fetch quest that has you run all over the zone, but I bet I can just zoop, 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 zoop. No campsites added at midnight? We got campsites for... What were the last ones we got? There were new ones, weren't there? I know I'm being very vague. Blanket Forte, thank you for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Neighborhood ones, that's right. Housing, that's what I'm thinking of. When they added housing, they gave us Founders Point and Razorwind Shores campsites. But I know what you mean. The pet is really cute. I like it a lot. I'll never get rid of this one. I want to get more flora fauna type pets eventually, but also, do you think I blend in? Do you think that these guys know that I'm different here? I look just mildly out of place. I think my pet likes this guy. Okay. Love a Haranir themed site. Would be so pretty with the plants. Really cherished your videos for a long time. Felt bad and never subbed. Hope you're having fun in midnight. Well, thank you very much. You never have to feel bad. The content is free and ad supported for a reason. I really appreciate the sub, but please never worry about it. It's all appreciated and it's never required.
May the light embrace you.
I'm never gonna guilt trip you guys for that. That would be a weird thing to do. Alright, I am not uncovering the vision of the past. We're gonna leave that end of that quest line and we're just gonna go visit the lighthouse. Let's do that. Yeah, 2 feet taller than everyone else, kind of a tell. Just slightly different. I like that the Haranir are tall, but they don't feel outrageously tall. They don't feel just enormous the way some of the races do. Camera's messed up again. Has to be some trigger for it. Sometimes, I mean, it is a bug. Bug's gonna bug. I won't tell you have to let it go, but you're, I don't know, it's Blizzard's job to fix it. Get such Avatar vibes from all the Haranir stuff. Yeah, they feel a lot like the Na'vi. New episode of The Pit? I did, yeah. No spoilers though, just in case other people aren't caught up yet. I love that show though. The first season I got into it after it was already all out, so I was able to binge it, and I did. And this season I kind of wish I had saved it so that I could binge it, because I feel like, I don't know, watching it week by week is fine, but it's over so fast. Like, you sit down to watch an episode and it's like immediately over. Who's your favorite character? I don't know. I like the whole, I mean, I know this is a cop-out answer, but I like the whole cast. I don't know if I have like a favorite. Need to watch it. Dr. Mike loves it. I've heard that for some healthcare workers, it can be either really validating because it displays your struggles very accurately, or it can be really triggering because it displays your struggles really accurately. It can be a hard watch for people that have some history in that area. I am not a healthcare worker. Been around a healthcare setting, but I'm not a healthcare worker, so I can just be impressed the whole time. Steph the Bee, thank you for the 71-month resub. Like Dana, hubby likes Dr. Robbie. So much great new content, and what am I doing? Outland Racing Completionist. I feel that I felt like that when I was working on the Eastern Kingdom's Family Battler achievement during pre-patch. Like, there's all this stuff going on, and here I am. Watch medical drama since my mom got me into ER when I was a kid. We watched a few of those. We watched a lot of like Law and Order, and then like competition shows like Survivor, Amazing Race, American Idol, that kind of thing. Canadian Idol. Both of them. Realistic enough to be relatable. Memory triggering. You remind me of night elves mixed with bats. Murkai, I've killed you already, and you're kind of difficult. Cooking shows like Good Eats and science shows like Mythbusters. I loved Mythbusters. That was a good one. I had such a crush on Grant as a kid. 390s done with Mythic Tour. Leveling with 4th. Plan to finish Mythic Tour before the end of the week. 390s with Mythic Tour done. Holy moly, you've been gaming. Flabby finished leveling his 5th level 90 character yesterday. I don't really know why. I think he must be enjoying it. I can't imagine why else he would keep leveling alts. His mage, I think, was number 5. Yeah, 5th. 590s. He's got it down to a real science now. Still watch Adam making things on YouTube. I don't think he made a Haranir. No. I think he was leveling up characters that he already had. Yeah. I always enjoyed watching shows about people that are just creative and also technically minded about creating things. Because it just seems like such a superpower to me to have a project and to be like, all right, well, I need to do this thing. I don't really know how to do it, but I know how to figure it out, and then just do a bunch of, like, I don't know, engineering, robotics, woodworking, metalworking, welding, you name it. People, like, some people are just brave and can really think outside the box, and I've always admired that because I have a very hard time thinking outside the box. I like the box. The box tells me what to expect. Without the box, I descend into the abyss of complete chaos. But it means that it's hard for me to come up with, like, solutions sometimes. Yeah, no, I love Simone Yetch. I adore her. She's the perfect example of that. Michael Reeves, too, in a slightly more chaotic and different vibe kind of way. Took an old Xbox OG controller, cut off the end, and spliced a mouse USB to it to use for a PC controller. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that is witchcraft. I admire it a lot. That's about the extent of my technical knowledge. I think that's pretty good. I know how to do the things I know how to do, and I'm an absolute baby at everything else. Prototyped a product based on a prompt or idea, hugely formative to me, and to this day still aspire to be a prototyper. Have I not killed enough Murlocs yet? I guess not. You will never kill enough Murlocs. Many a Murloc killed here for the foam spittle staff. I farmed world greens in this zone, because back when I was trying to actually finish all the things before too much content came out for me to ever catch up on. Here, bring it back over here a little bit. I don't want to pull Murkai again. Can you come, please? Thank you. Oh no, he's patting. Murkai, go away. No, thank you. Because I remember camping. Don't do it. I remember camping in the Dead Mines area, the outdoor Dead Mines. Oh, the outdoor Dead Mines area. I guess I have feigned death, but we'll just kill him for a third time. Why not? What else am I gonna do? Did a lot of rare camping for greens. I don't have any AoE really. Yeah, it's true, and I never get play dead. Even on characters that have been to the Hunter class order hall, they had access to it. I just never bother. I wish that behavior was default. And I apparently am willing to die on the hill of just not using it otherwise. AoE spell with the roots? That is Thornbloom, which is my Haranir active racial. Does AoE damage and AoE healing on a 3-minute cooldown. One more Oracle. I want to play WoW, but I have no interwebs. Soon. Are they doing maintenance on it? Is that what's going on? Stream is not helping me maintain my willpower not to race change to Haranir. What do you mean? I'm demonstrating the joyful journey of leveling up a Haranir without a race change for free. So hard to decide what class to choose. They have some great options. I love them as hunters and druids. People also like them as shamans because they've got totems and stuff. Make a cool looking shaman. Have to use gold. Just made back my initial investment from early access. Let's do the treasure. Totems are pretty. Got a Chromebook. Not sure if it'll run WoW. Not unless they've changed a lot since the last time I looked at one of them. I'm not sure. What they don't run a typical OS, right? Actual line down leading from my house draped over my neighbor's porch into their driveway. Oh no. What happened to it? Who happened to it? Made a shaman, waited for so long to get a race in a lion side that I like. Even the men that could be shamans. Yeah. I love Draenei shamans, but they always felt a little bit like unshamany to me. Their vibe never felt particularly shamanic. That's not a word. I mean, it is a word. That's probably just not how you say it. They always felt more like technology based than earth spirits based, and I always felt a little bit shoehorned in. UI add-ons. I've got Plater. I have Dialogue UI. I have Waypoint UI. Plater is the main one that you can see right now. It's just my nameplates are done by Plater. Most of my UI is just default Blizzard UI, just edited to my liking. Yeah, shamans who live in a spaceship. It is a weird combo, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it makes sense somehow. I'm sure they've justified it. It's a thing a long time ago, but felt like they just wanted to give shamans to Alliance and they wanted to give Draenei to Alliance and they were like, welp, fine. Never wanted to be a blue Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh man, I love male Draenei. Their dance makes me so happy. They have these enormous, like, boulder-sized shoulders, and then they just start. Tunic Tunic Tin starts playing in your head from the depths of your subconscious. Gonna spin up a new earthen. Use them to get all the lumber gathering quests. Farm HUD. Farm HUD is the add-on that puts a gathering UI up that you're thinking of. Oh. Do I still have a command for that one? Yeah, I do. Hopefully this is 100% drop. It works for me. I don't know. It must have got an update. I have it on right now. See? Upon closer examination, found the metal inside the cable sticking out a bit, suggesting it was pulled apart, not cut clean. That's all I've been able to discern. Oh man. I'm imagining you out there with like a detective spyglass and a trench coat and like a hat. Bloom FTW for the win. Thank you for the gift subs. Appreciate it. What happened to the internet? Wi-Fi also not working because of a storm last night. Yeah. Farm HUD will show anything that is... Pretty sure anything that's marked on your minimap. So if those things show on your minimap, it should show them here. I don't know what a high-value beast is. Not familiar with that one. Gotta head out, have a fun time. See you later, Slappy Jerry. Thanks for stopping by. Exactly how I felt as I described the problem to the internet company, and they sent a guy the next day who couldn't fix it himself. That was just the guy to make sure it was all plugged in. It's like, we believe you, but also, like, we're just gonna look at it just to make sure. Is it plugged in? And I would judge them for that, except that half the time, I betcha it's probably true. Like, I bet that happens a lot. Not with you specifically, but just in general. New map icon for skinners. Oh. Skinning thing. Gotcha. Literally wanted to reset the router and modem. Yep. That's Mr. Have you turned it off and back on again? Oh, dear. He's like, well, all right, but it's cloven in two. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. It's just funny when you were like, well, it's cut. And they're like, well, have you power cycled it? It's like, well, I can, but the thing is cut in half. Oh, dear. Oh, strangle kelp. Strangle kelp's pretty valuable, I think. Isara, thank you very much for the 52-month resub. I don't think the peaceful pets come in different rarities. It annoys me that they're not all blue by default. They don't battle, so why? I'm not even sure if it's possible to upgrade them. I haven't tried. I'm guessing no. Well, that's fair, yeah. Can't have your friendly local cable guy get run over. Based on spawn rates, blue ones are rare spawns. 8 praise, level 219. Nice. It's a good place to be. That was about where I got with mine, and then I headed into Mythic Zeros and I got a couple more. I should just leave. I should not worry about the strangle kill. This way? I think I should probably get out of Westfall. I think we've just about done all the good stuff out here. Beryllis, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Happy. Oh, talent points. I need these. 3% agility, please. I feel like that'll help. Yeah, I was doing Captain Grayson. I think I did Captain Sanders as well. Because I got his, yeah, I have his shirt and I got his bar. So he's all good. Can't leave Westfall without running dead mines. I think Dragonflight is still the default questing location. You can chromie time to wherever you like. Notably, the War Within is not on that list, but I didn't want to quest there anyway, so I'm not all that broken up about it. I could do early Red Ridge Mountains. I want to go to Duskwood though. Let's just fly straight to Darkshire and just start. Well, thanks for the gifts. I appreciate it. This way. I gotta fix my clocks later. I have my oven. I think this is the first time change that since I moved into this place. It's an oven clock. How hard can it be? Disliking War Within makes me giggle because I feel like you're mostly okay with anything WoW-wise. I liked it as an expansion. I've just never felt a need to level in what is the end game leveling of more recent expansions. It feels weird to be level like 13 in the Isle of Dorn. like it would, I don't even know if you can do that, but if you could, it would just be, it just doesn't, it's not that it's bad questing, it's that in my brain that's not what it's for. It was for end game leveling. This was never for end game leveling. I think that's where I'm getting hung up. It doesn't matter, mind you. This is like a crazy brain rule, not an actual rule. Let's pick up all these guys. Maybe I'll set my Hearthstone here too. Duskwood questing is great. Busky, thank you for the 2-month resub. Daylight savings time's criffed up last night. Was just gaming along and then it's like, whoa, it's 4 a.m. I stayed up I probably should have tried to go to bed earlier just because I knew I was going to lose an hour. But I didn't. Chromie time through Cataclysm is how I do this generally. Pug Mythics? I've done Mythic Zeros. I did them with my friends though. No pugs for me. Haven't had to change the clock in nearly 4 years since moving to Japan. This is supposedly the last time I have to do it here in British Columbia. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm very happy about that actually. Like it's made me forgive today. If it's the last time, I can look fondly upon it as it leaves my life forever. Yeah, no more DST in BC. Or perma DST, whichever one it is. Jelly, yeah. Can it happen with Quebec? I have no idea. I haven't even looked at like what I've heard through the grapevine. I haven't looked anything up from my actual government. Where? British Columbia. It's a province in Canada. It's the one on the left of the map. Oh dear. Also vote for this happening in Quebec. Well, it's a pretty powerful transmog if it can make you not want to play the whole game. Yeah, perma one mode. Saskatchewan's been doing perma DST for a long time. Yeah, not to be confused with Colombian Colombia. If I wanted to be confusing, I could call myself Colombian, but it would not be true in the sense that anybody understands it to be. Feels like if the rest of Canada is moving away from DST, it'll just convince Quebec to double down on it. Just powered by spite. Must be other news drowning that out. Yeah, let me actually get a source. British Columbia DST. BC government news 1 hour ago. BC officially ends time changes, adopts single time zone. Last time change, yes! So it would normally have fallen back in November of this year, but it's not gonna. Yeah, so we're gonna stick to permanent daylight savings time. Here. Press release for any fellow British Columbians that wanted to actually read it. Sorry, my cat wanted in. would probably speak more Spanish. I don't speak any Spanish. I was trying to describe a Taco Bell order to Flabby at one point in my life, and I couldn't quite remember what they called it, and I called it the Dios Mio Taco, and that's stuck ever since. That's about the level of my Spanish. To be fair, that would be a funny name for a Taco Bell order. That's my Twitch alert here now. Hi, Ophelia. How you doing? But yeah, in the fall, when our clocks don't change back, I'm going to be on for a slightly wonky time for... I mean, it's time zones. It's always messed up. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Introduced yourself to everyone as Colombian. Yeah, I feel like that would be problematic. We wouldn't... That would just be strange. Columbia, South Carolina. I would like one, oh my god, taco. I don't know, I'm a child. I think that's funny. Are you British? No. Colombian? Mm-mm. Not especially. I mean, I'm second or third generation British, but that's not like a thing. Lots of people are. Colonialism. I have, on one half of my family, I had a directly British grandparent, and then British great grandparents in the other half of my family. And then one branch of the family was from Ukraine, but that's fairly distant from me by now. I don't think I know anybody anymore. But my family's kind of like a upside down pyramid. There were like a lot of people a couple generations ago, and now there's almost none of us. We were not big on reproducing as the years went on. I've never done a DNA ancestry thing. They terrify me. I don't want anyone to have my, like, it's bad enough that various governments have, like, my fingerprints and my eyeball scans and stuff because of the immigration that I did to the States at one point. I don't need to send marketing companies my spit. Just to find out what, I don't know. I don't think it's going to give me anything that's going to make me feel any better about my life. I don't think I'm going to find out anything cool. I feel like it's going to be exclusively bad news that I can just live without. Ty Mom, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. We cloned you so we can show you how great this jacket looks on you before you buy it. What if you're the Duchess of Cambridge? That would be bad news. Oh man, that would be a mess. Have you seen how they treat people like that? The whole thing is just wild. Gotta get my pet. Thanks, Ty Bob. Appreciate you picking me. Yeah, I don't know. A DNA test could probably tell me that I have, like, genetic susceptibilities to certain diseases, but is that gonna make me get healthcare? Probably not. It's probably just gonna make me worry. I'm just gonna be fine until I'm not. It's been working for all of history so far. I like these quests because they're nice, straightforward kill quests. Also, I have a talent point, and I actually need to spend it because it might help me do more damage. I'm once again feeling a little bit weak. I feel like the level scaling's all over the place. Alright, so we can get some AoE online. I've been complaining about not having it. Barb Shot makes Stomp. Wild Thrash is basically its own... we'll get this, but we'll probably go back for... Well, no, I'm going to go for Stomp because I need to get Bestial Wrath ASAP, so we'll do this. It would help the police if you decide to commit murder. How was the new player level experience? How many hours? I don't know. I am 3 hours deep, and I have leveled 13 levels. We could extrapolate, but I don't know if that would make sense. And they did get rid of multi-shot, at least for BM. I don't know if other specs have it. Wild Thrash is your new AoE trigger. How is Cat doing? She's alright. She's doing alright. She's doing cat things, which I think is a good sign. Haruki Puff, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. What is your warband bonus? 25% up to level 80. Mark still has multi-shot. Gotcha. Yeah, I've been Horde. I have Horde characters. The distinction is less important than it has ever been. All your characters can be in the same guild. They can use the same house. They can join the same groups. It's kind of a nothing burger these days. I have a whole tab of Horde hunters. Average gamer. Streamer peruse got above 80 in about 2 to 3 days. Pretty fast. Anyone know what the Dun Dun is for? Did Abundance have 8 of 8? So when you start Abundance, there's an option to consume one of your shards of Dun Dun, and once you've done that, that round of Abundance will give you the unalloyed currency, the blue currency that you can spend on the vendor. If you don't see the option, you might not be at the correct Abundance cave. One of them is active at a time for like an 8-hour window, and that one's marked on the map. Start my farming. Ta-ta for now. So we're just after spiders and wolves. Yeah. Kinda wish they didn't cap the shard in case you won't spend it all in 1 week. Yeah. It doesn't take too long to spend them though. That's the good news. Is a round of abundance is only 3 minutes. If you join a group, you can just kind of spam them all back to back and very quickly cap out your currency. Too many currencies to keep up with. Yeah, there's a lot. Kind of dumb. You need 3 weeks for epic profession tools. I'm procrastinating on my professions pretty hard. I'll set it up at some point. Had all 8 before I even did an abundance run. I got a bunch of shards of Dun Dun just from fishing while I was leveling in early access. I'd take a meal break and I would fish for a while and I would just fish up a bunch of shards. One of these days I gotta sit down and look some stuff up and get to the bottom of what's up with fishing this expansion, like what the deal is. I caught a bunch of fish, they did a bunch of different things. Couldn't really tell you what though. Yeah, so you remember how there used to be a WeakAura called MyU's Knowledge Tracker? There's an add-on for that now. WeakAura's is dead, but there's an add-on that does the same thing. Let me grab a link. MyU Knowledge Point Tracker add-on. I don't have this installed yet, but I'm going to as soon as I start caring about my professions. That's the one you're looking for, J Trinta. Doc Waffle, thank you for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. I came back here and I started turning in quests before I'd even finished my first batch of quests. Whoopsies. Yeah, no problem. Oh, you know what I need to do? Let me go on my war bank. I have those blue potions. I can get an extra 10%. I have those. These guys. Yeah, 10% for 2 hours. Give me 2 of these just for now. Separate them out maybe first and then pull them. Oh, there we go. Okay, 4. That's fine. Yeah, I got those from some leveling event or another, and I haven't used them, and now would be a good time. Good choices for raid bars? All my old mods are dead. Different people are doing different things. I am using default ones, but I have been using default ones for a long time, so it's not a big shift for me. It's just getting used to the new options. I will probably fine-tune them more once I get into actual raiding. Outland Cup ends Tuesday in case there's mods or achievements. Let's see here. Puppies. I'm not doing so much damage. I remember when one kill command would easily kill a mob while leveling. Maybe the next talent point's gonna set me up. Heirlooms aren't what they used to be. I think this is less about the old heirloom nerf and it's more about the stat squish. User undefined, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Thanks for picking me. I hope you enjoy your ad-free viewing and hazel emotes. 4 more wolves. So I started today at 18, huh? We slowed down a little bit to play with the dog, but I don't feel like I've really fallen off that much. Not sure. Jeff? I did Darkmoon Fair at least. That was something. I did my Darkmoon Fair quest yesterday. I've made as much of an effort as I'm prepared to make. And I've definitely looted some knowledge out of treasures, so I think it's a non-zero amount. I did my weeklies. I probably finished it. Gear at the start was weaker than it was from Dragonflight into War with Fame. No. The Wicked Fate, thank you for the 48-month resub. I felt pretty good leveling on my main 80 to 90 gear-wise. I didn't really start replacing stuff until kind of 87, 88 even. Venom Web Fang. It drops for survival. Well, no, survival. If it's a BOE, it would drop for anybody, right? I've already forgotten if I thanked you, but just in case, the Wicked Fate, thank you for the 48-month resub. Having a little tiny moment of brain blankness. Nothing going on up here for a second. It's a beautiful pet. Oh, I like it. It's the default one Haranir to start with. I love the flora fauna pets. I'm excited to get more of them when I'm higher level. How was your weekend? Back to days? Feel alive. Nice. Going good so far. I'm enjoying leveling. I'm level 23. It's very, very nostalgic for me. Just leveling a hunter like nothing's changed. I'm looking forward to my Monday, Tuesday. I think I can get caught up on some around the house stuff. I started running laundry yesterday because I realized I hadn't done any in ages and everything was kind of falling apart. I gotta get groceries. I want to finish getting my aquarium set up and then like clean up. I've made kind of a mess of like aquarium component boxes and cables and stuff. Twist ties everywhere. I gotta kind of finish setting it up and then clean up a little bit. Hunter has 2 Hualon pets. Joined in an abundance group, 12 frames per second maximum. Just stood around. So this might not be the worst. Yeah, it's certainly easy to get the most out of it that way. Love leveling a hunter in classic zones. Same. This is the weakest I've felt while leveling for a long time. Just double checking. The mobs are scaled to my level. I did pick Cataclysm Chromie time. I did turn it on. Yeah, new race and default pet, exactly. I am using heirlooms. I have a full complement of them on. If anything, that might be part of my problem, but I like the heirloom set bonuses.
See you around. Well met.
And now that I've leveled, I should, hang on. I'm just going to take advantage. I've got, what, 2 minutes of my burst of knowledge buff? I want to go kill some stuff while I have it. I'll come back and turn in more quests later. I need to take advantage of my 40% agility. Love the default Haranir pet. Contrast between Duskwood and new content's crazy. It's gloomy out here. Good that leveling isn't one-shotting enemies for anymore. I guess so. It's just, you're right. This is probably more like what the game is meant to be. It's just, it feels slower than I'm used to, I suppose. Especially with a full complement of heirlooms. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, you're right. Love Eversong Woods, just go sit there sometimes. What add-ons are you using? I've got Dialogue UI. I've got Leatrix Plus. That's automating the pickup and turn in of quests. That makes things a little bit faster. BM feels weak at low level now. Yeah, maybe it'll get better. Maybe I'll hit a point where my scaling improves, or like talents help me out a lot. It might just be a bit of a weak spot. Because I'm kill command once, twice, barb shot, kill command a third time, kill command a fourth time. That's a lot for one questing mob. I don't think it takes that long to kill a mob at endgame. I can live with it, but it does feel like a lot. Herd heirlooms don't help you level anymore. They made some changes to them. They used to give you a direct boost to your experience gained per heirloom, and they don't do that anymore. So that's what people are talking about. They do scale with your level, so they will help you by making sure at least those item slots are sort of up to date in item level, so your gear is not falling behind. They also have these set bonuses, and 2 of them reduce the rate at which you consume rested experience, which, if you have rested experience, is effectively an experience boost. They also give you a nice big buff when you level. They give you extra out of combat health regen. I like wearing them. I wouldn't level without wearing them, but they are different than they used to be. Different versions of the scaling have also had them be kind of stronger or less strong. They're not as strong as they used to be. They used to make you quite overpowered, and they don't anymore.
Need help?
I think you could level pretty easily by just wearing regular gear. Demo locks feeling really powerful in the 80 to 90 range as well. Felt weak and slow for the first 30 levels or so. Okay. Alright, let me see. 25% auto shot damage feels significant. Although, I had 40% agi from my burst of knowledge buff, and I was still taking that long to kill mobs, so maybe it wasn't going as well as I wanted it to. Oh,
Well
dear. Let me vendor some stuff. I'm not going to bother trying to sell greens, I don't think. I am going to just have a quick look at non-heirloom slots to make sure that it's not upgrades that I'm getting rid of here. Those are better. Hang on. That one has a cool sounding name. I'm going to send that to Flabby. Those are better. My Hearthstone keeps coming back. I keep deleting it and they keep giving it back to me. Don't need those. I don't think I need those. No. I guess I'll put Sandra's shirt on. I can always, I can Mog to hide it. Do you think with decor items, Blizzard overslept to rework archaeology to be decor farming? Let me think about that one. Do I think that Blizzard overslept to rework? Do I think they should have made archaeology a source of decor? It might have been kind of cool. I don't know if it would be like game-changingly amazing. It would be nice. I don't know that it like necessary though. Archaeology is a source of a couple pieces of decor. There's 2 of them that are from achievements. Dig up some decor bones. I mean, dig up some bones, stick them in your house, call them decor. I would like dino skellies in my house. These are the people that played Animal Crossing and, Animal Crossing, and they dug up the fossils and they just started placing them everywhere. I don't think I need to have Flare on a super... I guess this isn't a super sick keybind or anything. I don't use Flare a whole lot. I'm not a very resourceful hunter. Picking up Void Tainted Remains in the Void Storm. What are those? I still need to do Void Storm treasures. That's the last zone I didn't do all the treasures for. furniture, but I have 19. Only issue with housing is if Blizzard changes their mind, puts player power behind it for those of us that don't use it. I think you're probably safe. There's some minor things, like there's some activities that can give you like adventure requests, but you can also get adventure requests from so many other places. I don't think it's ever going to be like, oh man, if you want to be a mythic raider, you better start in your house. Nobody uses flare a whole lot. Yeah. Listen, when I get to Stranglethorn, if I'm doing that quest to kill the stealthed tigers, the panthers, it's going to come in real handy. I guess it's not an if, it's a when. It's not like I'm leveling so fast that I'm going to be done leveling before Stranglethorn, so. The one thing that being this week is doing is it's making me really motivated to find out, like, my next talent point, giving Bestial Wrath, I feel like has to help. I'm really feeling the lack of it right now. I don't think I even use flares and BGs. When I get a little bit more AoE, I can start group pulling a bit more. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Luke. How are you? Happy Sunday. Hope your weekend's going well. I think I should try to enjoy some... Well, actually, no. Never mind. I was going to say I should try to enjoy some nice weather today, but my day is booked. I'm going to be enjoying... I can enjoy the nice weather out the window from my desk. Goal of player housing would be to build my current IRL house, call it a day. Yeah. It's really fun. I was making my office, like this stream room in my house. And that was the most fun challenge that I worked on so far in housing because I had a template to work off of. I had like a reference. I knew what I was going for. It's so much easier than just staring at a blank slate wondering what to do. Website to help with transmog ideas. Ooh, what do you guys think? I've never used anything like that. At least we're back to evening light. Mm-hmm.
What is it? What now?
Forever.
Embrace the shadow.
At least for me. Time to go do yard work. Oh, man. I still have yet to get a lawnmower. And I should! Getting a little fluffy. I just don't own one yet. You know, I moved at kind of the end of summer when it was still like drought, so nothing was growing. And then winter happened, so it was frozen, so nothing was growing. But it's kind of thawed out enough that I should really maybe get a little one. Get a remote control self-mowing one. I mean, it's a fun idea, but do you think I'm made of money? Those are so expensive. Got a real mower. Bunches of exercise. I'll never forget. I knew somebody in Victoria. I would walk by their house with my dog. And I would walk by their house. We would walk by their house like the same time all the time. And we saw them. We saw the old family move out. We saw these new people move in. And it was a couple, probably our age. And we saw the guy out there struggling with a real mower every weekend morning for I think 3, maybe 4 weeks. And then the following week he had an electric one. And I'm like, yep, there's a lesson to be learned here. And he seemed much happier. You can, like, you can sharpen real mowers. There's things you can do, but also like we've discovered electricity. We can use it. Lawnmower died in the last season. Still need to fix it. Lawn getting unsightly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get something. Otherwise, I'm gonna be out there with my garden shears. Hard to keep sharp. Yeah. It seems like if you were into it as a hobby, then by all means. But I think life is too short for me to mess with that. I just need like a little one that can kind of get in and around edges and stuff. I don't want anything too big and unwieldy. My yard's not particularly even.
Go with honor, friend.
You can't do a lawn with a string trimmer. I might be able to do my lawn with a string trimmer, to be honest with you. It is mainly edges. The actual flat parts of it are the parts that have been completely torn down by my dog anyway and don't really need mowing. So it's mostly the safe bits on the borders of things. So I could probably string trim it and do pretty well. But I think I should probably, well, I don't know. Maybe I should try the string trimmer first.
What can I do for you?
I've never used one of those. I'm afraid I'm going to whip myself in the ankle. Just get a goat. Just get a goat. Borrow a goat. Rent a goat. Use scissors. Level 25. Bestial Wrath. Yes. Oh, yeah. All right. We're in business, hopefully. Scythe the land. There's like a genuine hobby of people that are like super into using scythes and will like recreationally scythe their lawn down, and those people are known by their neighborhood WhatsApp chats. Chats and chaps. The chaps on the chats. Anti-lawn movement help the bees. I'm planting lots of good pollinator stuff, lots of natives, lots of flowering perennials and stuff. Oh, I didn't use Beast of Wrath. I should. Hang on. Let's see. Let me gather up two things first. And then we'll go for it. Once I get, I think, a little bit more cleave, we're going to be in business. Yeah, that's better. Wonder how those big, fancy French mansion lawns existed before lawnmowers? History YouTube came through and they scythed them. Hello. Hi, Stormtaker. How you doing? Happy Sunday. Grave moss. Let's do the Shadow Weavers. This way. I always loved how organized Duskwood questing felt to me. I loved kind of going from little square farm to little square farm, doing a little bit of this and that. I need to get my kickback. I spec'd out of it to get some damage. I suppose I don't need it, actually. I'm fine. How do you like the new expansion so far? I'm enjoying it very much. I'm playing the new race right now. I unlocked it and I'm leveling it for the first time. Scythes only work if you have the right type of grass and let it grow tall enough to scythe correctly. Decidedly more niche hobby than quirky lawn maintenance choice, you know. I wish I could just get a goat. I don't really have space to house a goat. It would be a decidedly large imposition on my available space to build a barn for a goat. Alright, Beast of Wrath is available again. Let me gather up some stuff. And yeah, we'll just go for it. I'm out of focus. This has never happened to me before. Uh-oh. This is more like old-fashioned leveling pace. Moose would try to make friends with the goat. That could go poorly. Moose and the goat would headbutt each other, and my dog would end up with brain damage because he thinks he has an invulnerable noggin. And I'm not ready for him to find out that his noggin is in fact vulnerable. It's not going to be good. I don't want his egg to get scrambled. Pretty sure his skull's thicker than mine, though. He used to just crash into other dogs while he was playing them, going like 40k an hour. Mach speed dog just flying through the air. There you go. This one. How do you feel about the button pruning? Most classes, I hate it. Some specs think they improve the flow. Hate anything that's like 3 to 5 buttons now. Some of them feel a little oversimplified, but I think it's partly just adjusting to the change for me. I don't think I want there to be more buttons just for the sake of making it more complicated. If there's interesting gameplay and there's still like a skill ceiling to work towards within the existing paradigm, I feel like I'm not going to complain about not having enough buttons until I'm using them at maximum efficiency, and then I'm bored. And I've got a ways to go before I hit that point. Yeah, Haranirs can be warriors and mages. What can't they do? They cannot do paladin, I'm pretty sure. Can they do everything else? I guess no demon hunter and evoker, of course. Love it if my spec dropped to 3 to 5. We didn't lose any. I think when people talk about 3 to 5, they mean rotational buttons, not buttons in general. 3 is a little light for rotation. 5 feels fine, though, to be honest. Oh, no DKs. Gotcha. That's a bit surprising. No Pally, DK, Demon Hunter, Evoker. Can they do Monk? Must be able to do Monk. Yes to Monk. Do we like them as monks? I think everybody can do Warlock. Hunter, Mage, Warrior, Warlock, Priest. I think every class, every race can do those guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Nemus. How you doing? When we get to the Daylight expansion, get Demon Hunter, Haranir, and Nightborn. I want Demon Hunter expanded to every race, and the cutscene at the beginning is going to be just Demon Hunters walking along a line of aspirants, just handing out spoons.
Greetings. What can I do for you?
Hazel, if I was making a Haranir Druid, what should its name theme be? So far I have Beyond Burger. You name it after your favorite Taco Bell item.
Can I help you?
Why are they called balanced druids if they're never well balanced? Demon Hunter and Evokers, Andalaris, they can be every class in the game. Oh yeah, Andalari really can do a lot.
Need something?
Oh, Relic, thanks for the gift sub. My Haranir is named Cinnamon Twist.
How are you?
Any upgrades I need to be wearing? Not really. Nearly 26. Yeah, I get a gnome DH, my life will be full. I always used to joke that I would play a DH properly if they let them be gnomes. They'll never do it, but it would be really funny. DHs have always just felt too, like, zippy zoomy for me. They're fine. They're cool, but I don't know. They don't make me think of like classic fantasy. What you gonna do? I'm gonna have to stick to my word, aren't I? How is Devourer spec? How are they feeling? People like it. This way. I am my cogs. Why is a gnome writing letters and leaving them in Zolomon? Let's grab a couple. Let's see if I can do a 3-pull. That'll help if we can. Rolling my my heel on cooldown over here. There we go. I could get my kickback. Mend pet. More crit. Oh, I'm gonna get my kickback. Ujai, thank you very much for the 67-month resub. 6-7, I guess. So gracious. Congrats. Thank you very much. Level 26. It's coming along. I feel like it's picking up a tiny bit. Every time I don't know, Bestial Wrath I feel like is a turning point. Another 30 seconds I can do another big pull. I'm gonna have to start leveling like Flabby. I'm gonna have to start looking for AoE pulls. I gotta go in the cave. That's where all of the tainted ones are gonna be. This is my new Haranir. Have you met her yet? Her name is Ficus. This is Blossombringer Ficus. She has a pet. She's got Larata, her Saptor pet. She's so beautiful that somebody came in here and said they were going to quit WoW. That's how powerful she is. Alright, let's do another little pull here. Pet is awesome. Very floral, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna need the tainted ones. There's a few of them out here. And they are like at half health. That might help. I got 47 more seconds of my burst of knowledge. I gotta make the most of it. Take all the anger towards Haranir, double it, give it to Earthen. I don't think it was Here, let me just find a spot. I'm gonna log out so I can invite Flabby's all to guild. Oh, Sathy Gaming, thanks for the gift, sub. Appreciate it. Adore the body shape of the female Haranir. What is the Earthen slander? Can't listen, we can't bully them too much. How's the gift sub thing treating you? Haven't checked in a while. It's good. We got lots of support. It was lovely. We're sitting at currently 3,088 subscribers. It's quite a few. I'm just gonna pop my main second, invite Flabby's alt, and then we can vice versa so we can get in guild. Good job, Jet. People have been watching my YouTube videos too. I'm very excited. Waiting for the day they give us some money. I think that you're out of luck just based on the fact that they have the audacity to call the green skin colors for Darkspear Trolls Amani customizations. I think you're toast. When will the full raid videos be out? They're coming out. Should be a new one out this morning. The first 7 of them should be out before the raid launches on March the 17th, and the last 2 of them will be out as soon as they're done. But they're releasing daily on my YouTube channel now. So if you're looking to kind of watch them early and get a heads up on Chlorophyll. Oh, that's an amazing name. G-invite. I'm assuming on the server. I watch your YouTube videos. I really appreciate it. This hair in your name is Morning Drew. Save the gaming. Thanks for the gift subs. Appreciate it. Dungeon guide videos? And if not, do you know someone? I don't have anyone offhand. I actually had recorded my Mythic Zeros just in case I am possessed by the desire to do that, because I might have time. Normally, I'm too busy at expansion launches to do raid and dungeon guides, because I'm just kind of a one-woman army over here. I do everything myself. I might have time. It's going to kind of depend. I want to start branching out a bit YouTube-wise. I want to try a few different sort of styles of video to see if I can land on something that's a bit more modern. I'm happy to keep doing what I'm doing, but I'd hate to never try anything new. What happened to you, man? I know, right? This is the first time in my entire life I'm doing a series of raid guides. And not only is it looking like I'm not going to need any all-nighters, but I can actually take my weekend. I've never done that. I've always worked through 1, if not 2 weekends before raid release, which is why I usually take time off after, because I've usually worked for 2 dozen days straight by then. No, I don't think I'm skipping streams. I don't think I'm skipping news. I think I've got it. I think I'm, you know, let's not jinx it, but tentatively it's going all right. Virus GT, thanks for the gift subs. Of course, I'm entitled, so I like work like a regular person for 2 whole weeks, and then I'm like, why am I not rich yet? Where is my enormous piles of money? I would like millions of dollars immediately. I sat at my desk like an adult for a couple hours today, and I am ready for my millions. Thank you. Yeah, not crazy productive. I have sworn a solemn oath to myself I will never grind the way that I used to. It was not good for me, and I regret it. I shall pursue work-life balance in all things. I went too hard on the work, and then I did a lot of life but not enough work, and I shall find the middle ground. We live and die by the middle ground. Been at my job 18 years, not rich. Yeah. It's rude. You should be. I think they should pay you more. Still fishing? Haven't been fishing yet. No. I did a little bit of fishing during my launch stream, and then that's all the fishing I've done so far. Understand totally. I went back and watched one of my stream VODs from 2019 because I wanted to see if my aquarium was in the shot. Turns out it was, but not when I was streaming normally, just like in the intro. Because I'm trying to figure out where I want to put my aquarium in this room. But I watched a little bit of that VOD. And 2019 was 6 years ago, so it was a little while ago. It wasn't crazy long ago, but the vibe was different. I feel like I was yelling a lot. Not angrily, but like I was just very... The energy was a little bit frantic. I don't know. I like now. Pre-COVID, normal times. Pre-COVID and then like early COVID. Like 2019, late 2019 was kind of, it was kind of happening already. 6, maybe 7 years ago. 6, 7. Sure to tell my boss you said I should be rich. Mm-hmm. Hazel from Hazelnutty Games said so. However, the last, I don't even know how many years, basically since Shadowlands, I have been getting by somehow by doing next to nothing. Not nothing. I do tend to underestimate what I'm doing, but like, I haven't been working terribly hard. I've been taking a lot of time to just kind of work on myself and keep my life together. So, by comparison, even a regular work-life balance should be a decent amount of extra productivity if I can handle it. The trick is to not get too excited and start going overboard, because that's how you burn out again. Nope, cannot double jump. This is a regular hunter, not a demon hunter. While I'm actually in town, I'm going to stick myself back in the inn, take my break. I don't think I've taken my break yet. What level are we? 26? Yeah, 26 and almost 27. I think it's picking up, actually. I think it's starting to go a little bit faster. How nice is the Haranir login screen, by the way? Look at that. Look at those colors. Look at the glow. Dog is a paid actor. I pay him in treats. I pay him in yummies. Do you know how route walking works? Nope. I know it's some kind of a travel network. I have not messed with it. I should at some point. Do you think Moose needs a card for his dog actors guild? I think the pets should unionize. My hunter is a Haranir. This is the new race that we just unlocked in Midnight. I've never tried Root Walk. I have no idea. I could, but it would slow me down from my stunning efficiency. We're almost 27. Yeah, I think we'll get new campsites.
Greetings.
Da. Here, this is their dance. I think the male and female Haranir do the same dance. Also, I forgot to hide my shirt. I'm wearing Captain Sanders' shirt. Hang on, there's more. There's more. There she goes. That's my dance. Yeah, this is my dance. She's doing Drinking Bird. This is basically me at yoga / jazzercise. I don't know why I've disengaged. All right. I kind of miss my player house. Part of me is sad knowing that there's only 1.5 rooms done. I plunked my old bed that I had dyed in my last bedroom into the room that's going to be the bedroom, just so I can feel like my gnome has somewhere to sleep if she needed it. One armor is not worth 10 crit, even if it is 8 item levels up. The itemization has gotten all wonky. I think that's part of the trouble. Oh, Reliquary, thank you very much for the gift subs. I really appreciate it. There is a Google Doc of my add-ons that I'm using currently. Available in chat there. Should be links to everything.
What would you ask of death?
Use it, it teleports you to Haranir, then you fly to the roots of the world tree you want to teleport to. It seems finicky. Make sure that you witness the button name change before using it again. Okay. Is it like the Dark Iron Dwarf thing where you have to unlock new locations for it? Or are they all unlocked by default? Yeah, they're going to add layouts to save and export and import housing setups. That's coming. It's not out yet, but it is coming. They talked about it in their What's Next for Housing post. How much experience is this? I'm currently at 26%. Let's see. 35%. That's not bad. 9% of your level for a rare helps. Took so many hours doing my library. I don't want to do it again. Every time I Google what's next for housing, I have to specify WoW because I just get information about the Canadian housing market. I lost it. It's linked in the comment or in the description of my most recent news video because I talked about it there. It's a good post though. Ogre Thieves? No, not yet. Nice to have a reason to go back to your house with endeavors, decor rewards, popping in there, move some stuff around. Yeah. I have been, when I'm working on a raid guide, I like to keep a character logged into the game so that I can cross-reference stuff in the dungeon journal. And I used to just stick Barnacles in Borealis. He used to sit in, there's a cafe in the outdoor area of Borealis, and I used to have him work out of there. But now that we have housing, I have him sitting on the chair in that office that I made. And it's so cute that it's almost like sometimes I get distracted being like, oh, you know what? I should put on my desk. And then I have to remind myself that I'm there to make a raid guide and not to decorate my in-game office. But it's like the coolest feature they could have possibly added for me. It's so satisfying. It's so fun for Big Me to be working in Big Me's office by referencing Little Me well, I mean, he's a Kultiran, but little me in the, it's just so satisfying. Maybe I should make a library. I talked originally about how I didn't want a library because I wanted all of the rooms to feel like library. I wanted there to be books everywhere and not just in one location, but I feel like I could also have a location about books. Little expansion bingos, you always putting housing, it never happened. Did I ever do a bingo? I always I talked about it. People used to ask me about my most requested feature, and I think I said housing, and I think I described it not exactly as they've done it, but pretty close. No player power. Let us place all of the widgets and decorations that are already in the game, that kind of thing. Made a little Silver Moony art room with all the easels and paintings we got. Tippy Toes, thank you very much for the gift sub. I think showcases are going to be fun. Like an actual, you know, being able to decorate your house to a theme and then submit it to showcase and like touring the other showcase houses. I could see myself doing that on stream. I only have one room done of my house right now. I do have a house tour of the first version of my house. That's the one. I made a video of it before I tore it down. But it's not that cool. It's all right. It's cute. I like my yard. My outdoor space is kind of cute. It's not outrageous, though. A lot of people do things that are just jaw-dropping, and I definitely don't have that kind of power. I can't go for incredible, so I can shoot for relatable. I think I gotta go to the back of this cave. We gotta do it. Hang on, there's bruiseweed. Yeah, I'm halfway to 28 already. It's starting to pick up a lot. Leveling is starting to get noticeably faster. Must be just scaled a bit oddly. Some square rooms and a bed. That's good, you need a bed. Otherwise, where are you gonna sleep? You work on that. I'm gonna work on this. Yeah. I wonder if I can make a bunch of gold selling all this briar thorn. I might do some Haranir leveling off stream over my weekend. Otherwise, I feel like we're going to be streaming this for an entire week before we get it anywhere close to 90 or 80, let alone 90. Got a long way to go. Hello, everyone. Hi, Shy Sphinx. How are you doing today? Happy Sunday. Seem like an artsy person. That's nice of you to say. You're sweet. Nah, I didn't want to use my boost. I find that when I use boosts, or like race changes, that kind of thing, it sort of disconnects me from the character. I like leveling because it gives me time to bond with the alt. I have a higher incidence of deleting characters that I didn't have time to connect with. I feel like this makes her safer. House is basic, looks like a single guy lives there. I think it would be super fun to decorate a house as like the ultimate like quintessential bachelor pad. You know, you put a TV in a cardboard box with like a big poofy recliner chair singly right in front of it. Get yourself a little side table and a beer. Massive TV. Add an Xbox, you know. It's cute. People like it. They do it for a reason. Heck yeah. No shade. Good. How are you doing? I'm doing good too. I thought I was going to be exhausted today because our clocks changed. I was a little groggy in the morning, but I'm feeling good now. PlayStation. Gotcha. Pardon me. Still have those 3 boosts from past expansions. I think at this point I'm just collecting them. Oh, I missed my kick. What's the point of having one if you can't time it right? I'm excited to mess with my aquariums when I get time. Maybe this weekend. How's the leveling? It's starting. I think it's starting to pick up. It's been slow. I am now 5 hours in, I think, roughly. No, not 5 hours. Maybe 4 hours in. Because we've done 2 today and we did 2 yesterday. And I'm at level... I've made it from level 10 to 27. Which feels... And I'm doing my best. Questing-wise. I had Darkmoon Fair yesterday. I have this Surge of Mysterious Wisdom buff on today. It's not like I'm not doing anything. So it feels like it's a bit slow early, but I think it's starting to pick up. I think it's starting to go a bit faster now. Queen of Well. Hi, Blaze. How you doing? It's good, though. It's really making me think about whether I should be kill commanding or not. I'll always be kill commanding. I'm using my focus. And my racial. Anyways, boost a priest, play a bit, wonder why I'm not connecting with it like it's a toxic pre-expansion cycle at this point. Doing good, trying to get my third ult to 90. Nice. Are you really feeling the bonus that you get for your first 2 90s? Is it starting to feel a bit faster? I only have 190. I just did one. Priest and Rogue, the only ones I never played. Yeah. Priest is kind of a love it or hate it sort of thing. I feel like I love Priest in spite of itself. A lot of the things that appeal to me about other classes, you know, pets, teleports, tankiness, mobility, these are all things priests have never heard of. I'm certainly not playing it for the perks. Not sure how I feel about the Haranir. Like an idea Denuser brought from his former game.
Need help?
I am out of the loop with that lore. Let's get some corpse weed and maybe a dirt mound over here. Yeah. Much love. Oh, thanks. Leveling with Shadow was tough. Had to blow all CDs just to kill 3 or 4 mobs at a time. Where is that rare? There it is. Oh, it's a pumpkin. That's cute. I felt alright leveling with Shadow, to be honest. Maybe my expectations just aren't aren't where they should be. Perhaps I have learned to expect nothing and therefore cannot be disappointed. But my main I leveled as Shadow. I felt okay. I wasn't doing big pulls all the time though. I wouldn't dare. I don't have the audacity. Hi, happy Women's Day. Oh, happy Women's Day. I didn't know that was today. Yeah, the last levels are tough. A lot of people will do what Short Range is saying, which is saving the delve turn-ins, the delve quest turn-ins, and then the other thing you can do is first crafts on a crafting profession can help get you kind of through that last level. Liked Flabby's description of Demon Hunter leveling. Alt is Aflock, pretty similar vibes. Solo much easier. Yeah. Maybe there's a reason that my alts are hunters. They have great mobility. They have good tankiness with pets. The biggest drawback for hunters for me used to be my inability to put together cute transmogs for them in mail, and Trading Post has been enormously helpful to me. My hunters look so much cuter because of access to Trading Post Mog. Getting out of like the regular mail gear has been a godsend.
What's your story?
Back this way. Female human will be participating in International Women's Day. Carmi, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Have a good day. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Those are the exact same stats. Thanks for your guides and YouTube content. Thanks for watching it. Issue with evokers exclusively because I can't mog them. I think that's what broke me of it too. I loved the class. It was the lizard. It was the being a lizard that I couldn't deal with. Their visage forms look fantastic in transmog. And on other classes as a Drakthir, you can spend a lot more of your time in visage, but it's hard to get around as a Drakthir. Your combat abilities are going to turn you into a lizard, and there's not a lot you can do about it. This quest used to really suck because the drop rate on these was kind of bad, and also there weren't that many of these. I'm going to try and do a 4-pull. Oh, I almost missed that. I don't want to see a dragon in my warband. That's true, you're right. I think I'm rose-colored glasses remembering the range limits. I think I got used to them. You know what actually used to drive me nuts and get me into trouble on my Prevoker was Rescue, or they renamed it or something. But the instant cast healing spell that zoops you to the location of your target used to get me giga murdered because I heal based on frames, and the extra step of having to check where that person is in space and whether there is any hostile mechanics going on between you and them was not logic that happened in my brain every time. That's kind of a big ask in a normal healing flow. So I would zoop myself to people and I would die because I would zoop through like an orb on Croth in Algathar Academy or something. Algathar Academy. Healing that fight was my nemesis on Prevoker because all of your abilities that move you are just danger with how easily you can die on that fight. I used to struggle with that too. Hype train? Verdant Embrace. Yeah, I think they called it Rescue and then they renamed it or something. They changed Rescue to be the other one. Maybe it was in beta. There was some muckiness with that. It was a solid heal. Yeah, you had to use it. It was like a big part of your core kit. Why are there... That must be a Death Knight quest. I don't remember Death Knights out here. I wonder if that one will tether or not. Oh, there's a talent on Prevoker makes your VE not move you. Oh. Okay. Promising. Artifact quest lines. That's got to be what's going on. I just see a bunch of Death Knights fly past me. I'm like, what? Oh. I thought I died for a moment. I feigned death and I convinced myself. That ability in the Poison Cleanse one had similar icons. It was nice to have the ability to move yourself with Verdant Embrace for movement's sake sometimes. Sometimes I would be thinking about it and I would do it on purpose, but a lot of times I would do it incidentally and then go, oops, I've died. I think we're just about to get the big A-bomb invading town. Oh, we're nearly level 29. Oh, and I have talent points. I know I'm leveling faster because I haven't spent my talent points yet. That's how you know. Oh, Brad, thank you very much. 5 gift subs. Appreciate it. Keeping the hype train alive. Thank you so much. All right. I need things that are going to give me big damage. This one will give me movement speed, and then there's haste down there. We need Wild Thrash. We just need it. It's not optional. Yeah, let's get some AoE talents going. That'll help a lot. Level 29. It's coming along now. All right, Stitches. I don't suppose I need to Wild Thrash, actually. I guess I can. Just because. AoE talents only help if you pull more than one mob. See, I wouldn't have guessed that. This quest used to give you a good chunk of XP. I don't know if it still does. Let's go see. At least it's fast.
Well met.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad at all. I don't need the ring. I've got heirloom rings. Did Duskvale start igniting into flame after Kata? I think that mob, pre-Kata, it used to kind of patrol instead. Like, the quest would spawn it and it would patrol on the road and, like, kill people. Because I remember it was sort of a fear in hardcore. But, yeah, that quest is added in Cataclysm. If you fly to the top of the Haranir zone, you die. There's a dragon up there flying around. Oh, really? Oh. Oh, there's so much stuff to gather down here. Patches on the road. Mm-hmm.
Ain't you a chipper?
Let's do some Raven Hill quests.
Hello.
Excited about level 30. Starting to get an actual toolkit together here. I have heard rumors that Haranir was supposed to be in the War Within. You can turn war mode on by visiting a capital city, Stormwind, Orgrimmar. Silvermoon probably works. Open up your talent pane and click on the war mode button on the bottom right hand side of your talent pane. Oh, Fazilthan, thank you very much for the gift subs. Appreciate it. If it's the aesthetic of War Within more than Midnight. I mean, it is underground, so there's that. That's one correlation. And then if you ever want to turn it off, you do the same thing, except that to turn it off, you only need a rested area. It doesn't have to be a major city. I am doing something wrong. I have not been soothing the spirits. I have been slaying the spirits. It is different. It's different and incorrect. There we go. Definitely a zone meant for War Within. Story changed to 3 expansions, moved them. Oh, I gotta remember to capture this guy. Classic zones are nice for leveling because all the extra things modern zones have don't get in the way. I 1000% agree. I love a nice, straightforward zone without a bunch of systems on top of it. For leveling, anyway. The systems are nice when you're max level. That slain spirit was probably someone's grandma. Listen, we've sent her peacefully into the Shadowlands. She was just lingering around Duskwood. That can't be good. Some quests Orwena mentions Bran, other War Within stuff. Oh. You see the Shadowlands are better? I mean, than this field, kind of. What if she goes to Bastion? They have stewards there. They'll bring you juice. Heimdall, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Zen38 had a Prime sub as well. Bastion is a cult. I mean, it sounds like more fun than this. Waiting for leveling characters to roll by and end you. Gazla quest felt very War Within. I think there's something wrong with me in that and I don't mean to sound rude. I'm trying to think of a way to say this that doesn't come off as just being a jerk. Does it matter if Haranir was a War Within zone? Is there a reason that it's important, or is it just making conversation?
That's enough gabbing for me.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with making conversation. It's a perfectly fine discussion topic. I'm really struggling to figure out why we care. I think I'm just a jerk. Little column A, little column B. It doesn't feel, I guess, actionable or relevant or anything. I don't know. What does it mean? That's what the cults want you to think. Hazel, how could you? I know. Oh dear. I think this quest might... we'll see. If it's a good drop rate, we'll do it. Let's gather up a few things here. One of these, one of these, one of these. Let's try for a threefer. The light roots at the top have something to do with it, or it's just filler. Don't really care. Think it's fun to notice it and go, okay. I just wasn't sure. I guess I just want to make sure I'm not missing some context that makes it more important. I just feel like I'm missing something. Because it's underground? I guess so. I don't know. I think I've lost the art of small talk, which is not good for a streamer. Idle discussion is kind of all I have. It's my one job. Interesting to think about development progress, how it would have looked if it was there instead, if that makes sense. Understanding why they move content is interesting. I guess so. People like to see things they think the devs are trying to hide, too. Gotcha. Let's see if we can do a triple without Wrath. I like it when mobs run away, but then when nobody chases them, they eventually get bored and just come back. People like to feel like detectives. I mean, people love a good mystery. That is true. So far, ready for the World Soul Saga to be over. We're not even halfway through yet. Do you think there's going to be another trio of expansions after that's going to have like a new name, or
Hey there.
is it too early to think about where we're going next? Makes me wonder what got moved to Last Titan. I think I'm just too easy. I'm just along for the ride. Let's not worry about the bear brain. We can, I think, cure the Worgen. Can I cure the Worgen? Oh, hang on. Maybe if I abandon it and re-pick it up. I think I left at a pivotal moment. Think we get a new class? Oh, maybe? I don't know. I kind of hope not. I don't want them adding classes unless they have something that really needs to be in the game, because adding a class complicates the rest of the game forever. It's not something you can prune out of it later. And it's not something that's just cosmetic like a race. I feel like it's something they take very seriously and don't do just because it's time. But maybe they will. I don't know.
Good fortune to our friends.
Any of this worth anything? Yeah, a little bit. It's fallen off a bit. Some of it's not bad. I remember when the stone was like super valuable. I feel the same way about new specs as I do as new classes. I feel like only if they have something that really belongs in the game and will improve it. Because it's the same thing. You have to balance for them forever. You have to itemize for them forever. It's not something you can... I mean, I guess you can. We've had specs like not pruned, but completely revamped. It's less permanent than a new class, but it's something you can't really... No take backsies kind of thing. Which in a game that they're always adding to is dangerous. Alright, forget the bears. We're going to Stranglethorn. We're level 30. Bold as love. Thank you for the 7-month race. So appreciate it. Are there dead specs? I feel like I see everything eventually. Has anyone seen an Ogvoker in a while? Are they a thing? Are we doing those? Might actually be an Og season. I don't think my guild has one, so as unless one of my friends decides to play one, they're effectively dead to me. Had one in a Mythic Zero I did the other day. There you go. I'm playing Og. Well, that's good.
What can I do for you?
Not dead after all.
Need help?
That was the biggest swing for the fences that they've taken in terms of classes in a long time. New type of role.
You need something? See you around.
All right. I know how to do these quests. I know where I'm going. Although I'm still going to get lost in the cave. When it's cave time, we are still going to be lost. See, I got AoE. It's working. I only have one kick, but that's okay. Been saying since Demon Hunter they should remove specs and not add them. Removing specs is a tough one because any spec you want to remove will have people that are devoted to it and dedicated to it that would have their life significantly shifted if their spec were to be removed. I think the safer thing is to not add them in the first place. Taking anything out of the game is like the easiest possible way for Blizzard to catch a bunch of heat. Hi, baby girl. How are you doing? Oh, bless you. Alright, we're 14 seconds. We can Wrath again. Don't want to change certain specs to be supporter because it would take away a playstyle that spec had. Yeah. It's not unheard of for them to shift a spec substantially. Survival Hunter used to be ranged, I guess, as an example. This one. So now I just need to AoE a few of these guys down. Let me grab you and you. And maybe you. Yeah, I'm doing a lot more damage now. Sonic Aster, thank you very much for the gift subs. I really appreciate it. This kitty's happy. Don't like upgrading gear with my gold. It feels wrong. Oh, my pet died. Oopsies. I had exhilaration. I just didn't notice my pet was dying. I like gold upgrades a lot, but I understand that's not the universal take. I love it so much more than Valor Stones though, especially because it's like 50 gold an upgrade. It's not, it's gold that you can get very easily from just end game default. Like your weekly gave you enough gold to upgrade all of your armor. Certainly much more than it ever did for you in Valor Stones. Oh, here it is. They really hid this one. Helion Sunrise, thank you for the gift subs. Difference between a sub and a gift sub. Gift subs go to somebody else. A sub goes to yourself. Gift subs are needed. One of the reasons we have so many going on right now are they're needed for this pet promotion for Fishmonger May. So if you gift 2 subs in the channel while it's live and in the WoW category, which I am always in the WoW category. I'm not always live. Fishmonger. You will get this pet here. So that's why you see people giving out gift subs. 2 of them for the pet. She's a little. Brewbear, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Still trying to get them to give us enough at the end of a dungeon to pay for repairs. Having dungeons be self-sufficient? Actually, that wouldn't even be self-sufficient because you still have to pay for consumables. Bold as love, thanks for the gift subs, appreciate it. Adding petrified root to the dungeon loot table should help a lot. So subs, so all of it pays me. Subs and gift subs all pay me in the same amount per sub. But who gets the benefit of the sub, the ad-free viewing, the badge, the emotes, is different. A sub to yourself will give those things to you, and a gift sub will give them to either a specific person if you like, or a random person in the room. Hi, baby girl. You want to see kitty? Hey. How are you? Aww. She's cute. She does this to vet techs too, and then they love her. Maybe they say they love every cat. But with you, I believe it. What are acorns? Channel points, I think. They have no monetary value. You can earn them just passively by being in the stream. You can spend them for things like message highlights or emote modifications. Occasionally, we will do a prediction where you can gamble them on whether or not like a thing happens. We don't do that very often, but sometimes. And they are worth no money. They are just for fun. Just like a vanity currency. Leveling and Stranglethorn Veil. Awfully bold of you. Like the pet wanted to support you. Thank you, Sonic Castra. Kira. Baby girl. Vet tech, when kitties rub on us, they become one of our favorite patients. This one really likes to press her head into your elbow, which is very cute. Hi. Hi. You're so sweet. Oh, baby girl. Yeah, there's no monetary value. You can't change the outcome of the stream. Eventually, if I used to talk about getting a light set up that you could you trigger different colors on with channel points. That's something that can be automated. I never got it sorted out. Something that Crip used to have. Maybe still does. But nothing that actually changes the flow of like what I'm doing. Hi.
What can I do for you?
Oh, level 30. Oh no. That was a reputation, not a level. Is Crip still stream? Not sure. Haven't seen in a while, but also haven't been looking. I usually watched him when Flabby had him on. When they make biscuits, they become Gold Star.
Greetings. Need help?
All right, now we're going in the cave. Yeah, I can do it. Oh no, we're not going in the cave yet. We're going in the house first. Cave is next. Cave is later. Look at me using cooldowns and AoE pulls. I'm just like Flabby. Pup didn't trust strangers, but after his first knee surgery, understood the people at the vet were helping him, and he really engaged with them. Aww. Moose loves the vet because when he was a puppy, they would just dote on him and give him treats. And so he's just super excited to be there. But he also gets really like worked up just having to wait in a room. He's not very patient. And he gets kind of fussy because they'll put you in a room, and then his last vet especially, they would get kind of backed up, so you'd be waiting in this like really small room for a long time, and Moose hated that. So by the time that they'd come to see you, they'd be like, "Wow, your dog's kind of distressed," and I'd be like, "Well, we're doing our best over here." I would bring like toys and stuff, but he just wanted out. He didn't care about the toys or the treats or the training. He just wanted out of the room. He does all right though. He's kind of like an excited to meet everybody, but don't touch my ears kind of dog. Alright, we gotta go upstairs. Although I'm kind of taking a bit of damage. This is sort of a dense area. Vet has everyone wait in the car until a room opens up, but it is a one vet operation. Yeah, that's smart. I know a lot of them have troubles with like dogs and cats or different reactive animals kind of crossing paths in the hallways, so they try to keep everybody sequestered. I like that he is named Moose. He must be a big boy. He's decently big. He's not gigantic. He's about 73 pounds. Let me find out what that is in kilos. 33 kilos. He's a big dog. Friend has a basset hound named Moose. He's definitely less kilos than a real moose. Each exam room has its own outside door. Oh, that's convenient. Whenever I take Miss Kira to the vet, it's always the game of trying to not let her walk off the exam table because she can't see where the edges of it are, but she's determined that she's getting the heck out of there. So you're just kind of playing Pong effectively, except instead of a paddle and like the little ball on the screen, it's your cat and the edge of a drop off. I have a 95-pound golden retriever. Oh, I love them. I've never met them, but I love them. I'm obsessed with goldens. Some of Moose's favorite friends were golden retrievers. He had a big hyper one that had some health issues that I was really afraid they were going to lose him, even though he was pretty young. But his owner got him like some cutting edge treatment and like flew him to like the States or something for surgery and got him a whole bunch of like really expensive therapy, but he did eventually get better. And I was so happy because I missed him. I would see him on my walks and he would come see me and he would come sit on my feet. And every time the owner would introduce him to us, because I guess he just didn't remember us, but we'd met him like a bunch of times, and every time he'd be like, oh yeah, that's... But he was super friendly every single time. Big fluffy golden baby. I don't think I could have one myself. Partly because it's not the kind of dog that turns up in shelters very often, but partly because they... I don't know. I don't know if they're sturdy enough. Not that there's ever a guarantee with dogs, but Goldens have a tiny tendency to not live as long as you want them to. Is this working? No, I don't have the raptor summoned. Have to be active too. Yeah. I know about that. Mine is a German Shepherd Malamute Husky mix. If he doesn't get enough activity, he goes cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Lost our one at 8. Other one's almost 11. Demon cat so hard to get in the carrier. One time the vet and tech left the room, tried to get him back in the carrier, and I was fighting him and we made such a noise that they came back in. Had to help me put in the carrier even then. It took all 3 of us. Did they ever make you do the burrito thing where they just like wrap the cat in a towel and then put it in the carrier in the towel and then try to like whip it out like a magic trick? I've seen that one at least once or twice. Continued my journey on Clair Obscure, reached the 3rd and final act. Oh, I'm really glad you're enjoying it. I'll never forget when I was trying to put Kira in her carrier and she was not happy about this and she was trying to escape and crawled onto my back and then kind of onto the back of my neck and then was kind of clinging to the back of my head and in my hair, and then she got one of her claws through one of my hoop earrings and then just about ripped it out. Not maliciously, mind you. She just really didn't want to go in her carrier, and she was trying to escape that fate. But I remember having to like try to stop the bleeding on the way to the vet because we were like late. It's not a good day. Is it tempted once? Aw, yeah. Some of them just not so much about the carrier. I'm going to have to try and train the carrier train. I'm going to have to try to carrier train my next cat more. I gave up on it a little early with Kira and it shows. I'm going to have to try a little harder next time. We'll see. Yeah, I wouldn't blame yourself too much. Cats are chaos. That's their #1 rule. Rescue a border collie if I had the chance. I like to think that the right dog will just pick me from destiny, and that's how I felt about Moose. I looked at a few dogs and applied for a few dogs, but he was the one that they picked me. And I can't imagine myself with any other dog. And I can't imagine Moose with any other people. Henry will sometimes sleep in his carrier, so I think we got real lucky. Oh, getting that news on stream, it was so cute. I couldn't believe they said yes. I couldn't believe it. They had apparently like almost 100 applications. Just tons of them. Because it's a city and it's a puppy. And they don't get them very often in the shelter. And it's a kind of city where a lot of people want to adopt a dog. So most people end up like importing dogs from Mexico or from the Middle East just to adopt a dog. And I looked into that. I had applied for a dog that was from the Middle East that had some trauma. And I felt really bad too because I got a call about her the day after I got the call about Moose. And I'd already gotten a dog. Yeah, we are a perfect match. He's my baby. Never thought I'd be a mini poodle person, but I am. Wouldn't have fit well in some households. I think some households may have struggled to have the patience with Moose and his opinions. I think he's very goofy and he's very curious. And I think a lot of people might not have had time for the amount that dog wants to just stare at stuff that he doesn't understand. And I think that it's worked out well that I kind of let him do that because he just wants to look. He just wants to watch for a while and I guess form an opinion or something. I don't know what he wants, but like if he ever sees anything that he's never seen before, which is a lot of things. How do you have 2 pets following you? This one's for a quest. The last shell hatchling is a quest pet. He just wants to stop and watch and figure out what's going on. And it can be kind of uncomfortable because he's like a big dog and to some people he looks scary. So having a dog just stand there and stare at you can feel kind of menacing, but he just wants to look. He just wants to see. And especially when he was a baby and everything was new, I would just kind of let him satisfy his curiosity. I would just let him watch stuff, even if it meant that we had to like pull over on the sidewalk and just kind of let him get it out of his system. He is a big toddler. He has to know everything. He's like that with tradespeople too. We get like an electrician or a plumber or a vent tech or whatever in the house, and Moose is going to follow them around the entire time. Not because he's like territorial, but because he wants to know what they're doing. Every tool he wants to sniff every tool. He wants to watch everything. I have to make sure he doesn't stick his nose into wires or drills that it doesn't belong in, but like he just wants to watch. I had a plumber in the crawl space working on the sump pump, and the entire time he was down there, Moose was just like at the top of the hatch looking down there being like, what are you doing now? What's that one for? Like that with tradespeople, I have to try not to do that. I know. I want to see what's going on, but I also don't want to hover and be annoying. Some of them are really happy to like kind of explain what they're doing if you show like a polite interest and aren't, I guess, too nosy. But usually once I've kind of figured it out or like seen what I want to see, I'll like back off and let them get to it. He's literally just a baby. I want to know what he's going to do with all that information. I want to know what my dog is planning to do with all of this data that he's gleaned from watching everybody work on the house.
How are you?
Adopted a stray cat. She's turned into an absolute Velcro cat.
Greetings.
Yes, learning a trade. He's so happy to have a yard. We did all right in our apartment, and we took him on a lot of walks, and we managed. But it's so nice for him to be able to zoom around in the yard, like, whenever he wants. It's amazing. I think I'm not going to go in that cave right now, because it's going to take me longer than 10 minutes to find my way back out of it. I think we'll do some of this for now. Level 31. I feel like I need all of these. I feel like I need all the talents. Sped up. It did for a bit.
Talk to me.
I think I slowed down again. I don't know.
Open for business.
26 through 30 felt pretty fast. I guess I'm 31 and a half. I just was doing a lot of quests that I turned in. Get your dog a tool belt. World domination. Or nothing. He's a smart cookie.
Great to meet you.
He's a good boy. Alright. Oh, a lot of herbs around here. What sort of cookies are the smartest? I don't know, but I'm starting to feel like I want to bake something. I gotta find some time and, like, energy. I'm always like, at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, it's 8 o'clock at night. You could bake something. And I'm like, yes, but that would require peeling myself off of the couch that I'm currently fusing with. You gotta have that thought like a couple hours earlier in the day where there's some time and there's still some mojo left in the bones. I'm dying at the what? Huh? I used to have a graphic t-shirt in high school that said smart cookie with like a big old graphic of a cookie, because of course I did. 2009 wouldn't have allowed anything different. Me at 12 a.m. I need tea. Looks like I didn't pick up all my quests. Oh, I didn't. That's why. Speaking of high school and tea, I picked up a box of Tazo black tea, and that's what I used. That used to be my go-to in high school as a teenager. That was my caffeine, was black Tazo tea. It's like the brand that Starbucks owns. And I haven't had it in ages, because these days I just have a cup of coffee in the morning, and it's unusual for me to go for black tea after that. And if I do, I have like loose leaf. But I picked up a box of it just like on a whim. And it's very nostalgic. I made myself a cup of it, and I'm like, oh, this tastes like high school. Oh. Being ambushed. Prey's coming for me early. So if I'm in Stranglethorn at level 31, I guess I could do quite a bit of Stranglethorn. I'm probably going to end up doing, not this morning, but just in general, a lot of Eastern Plaguelands, like Western and Eastern Plaguelands. I don't think I'm going to be done leveling by then. If I run out of Eastern Plaguelands, I don't know what I'm going to do. Graduated in 1990. Good lord. Time flies, huh? I'm 33, so I was born in 92. I used to be able to sound young and impressive by sharing that, but it doesn't have quite the same sway as it used to. Would not want anything that reminded me of high school. Some of the nostalgia's kind of nice. A lot of it's not, but 20 years exactly, 1972. Badlands, rare mobs, good XP, funny quests. Yeah. It's true. I always say the best area to quest in is the area where you know the quests really well. Time speeds up too. I know, I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of that. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just going to have to make my peace with it. Life is going to go faster and faster, and then it's going to be over. Although I suppose that once the life is over, I'm not going to be anguishing about it being over anymore because it'll be over. So that's kind of the nice small mercy. When I started having coworkers born in 2000 is when I started feeling old. Somebody born in 2000 is 26 this year. They're starting to feel old. They're starting to, I mean, not old, but like, I remember at 26, 27 being like, oh, I'm not a young person by everybody's definition of the word anymore. Teenagers no longer think I'm cool. My oldest is your age. I was born in 92. Yeah, 92 babies represent. I am old enough to know that I'm not really expecting to grow up any further. At least not in terms of my manner, demeanor, sense of humor. I think those are... They might evolve, but they're not going to improve. So freeing. I've regressed a bit. I think I'm a little less concerned with appearing grown up, and it's made me significantly more cringe. Mother tries to tell me to curse less. Girl, it's too late. That's funny. I will not curse around my mother just because she wouldn't mind, I don't think. But just from like the having not cursed around her when I was younger when she might have minded. So now I just can't do it, but she can. Like at some point after I grew up, she started to curse around me, which is acceptable and normal and totally fine, but it's weird. I don't want her to stop or anything, but it like takes me a little bit every time. And I can't do it. She does do the cute thing sometimes where she'll like whisper the swear word. It's like, Mom, we're in my house, it's fine. I don't think I'm gonna have a take about anybody dating anybody else. I think it is widely none of my business. They're both adults, have at it. Heard you say once that time is soup, and that's how it's felt for me since 2020. I'm 38. Think you're gonna keep streaming for the rest of your working life? There's a terrifying question. I don't know. I'm not against the idea. If it keeps working, I don't see why I would stop doing it. But you never really know what the future holds. You just kind of take it year by year. Mom used to come up with cute swear words, but now she just lets loose. Have to watch my mouth around Graham, baby. You can make a hastily hide stream for you. I think other people are going to do that whether I like it or not. I heard that YouTube started cracking down on AI impersonator channels. I wonder if they ever got the one that was sounding like me, or if I'm not famous enough to be recognized as a ripoff. I don't know. I don't remember what it was called, so I can't check back on it. I just remember there was one, and it thoroughly creeped me out. Do you see yourself doing anything else? It's so hard to imagine. I've done this for basically all of my adult professional working life. The other jobs I've had have been like entry-level retail, sales, that kind of thing. I would prefer not to go back into that. I have some skills that might be transferable, but like it's so impossible to say. In a perfect world, if I did ever need to pivot, there would either be like a path or a idea of what I would want to pivot to. Or I would have enough savings and buffer to give me some time to figure it out and figure out if I need any additional education or anything like that.
Watch your back.
Got so many messages about that channel. Not doing dungeons? No. I'm not a big dungeon leveler kind of person. I like questing. Changed my career path 3 times already. Feels like 3 different lives. Yeah, I know people. My mom switched careers midlife. No, just pretty. They gave that one. That was part of the Love is in the Air this year. Friend makes a decent living as a dog walker / sitter. Yeah. Well, will never end. Never leave us. I have no plans to unless I'm more or less kicked out. As long as I can get away with this, it's too good of a gig to not do. Hi, baby girl. Let me help you down. I got you. I got you, honey. There you go. Thanks for the video guides for the raid. Started playing in BFA. Always watched your guys. Well, thank you very much. I got new ones coming out. New ones coming out every day. These raid guides are legit. You like them? The new ones? When did you start playing? I picked up the game in 2009. It was kind of the end patch-ish of Wrath of the Lich King. I was in high school. A long time ago. Very good. Thank you. Talent point. Could take more haste. Yeah, because we got to get to that specialized arsenal eventually. Nice of you. I gotta go soon. I leveled for a whole stream. We made it from 18 up to 32 and a half, looks like. Started with the vanilla beta, left EverQuest for it. Never looked back. You guys are sweet. I don't think ever going to be a super huge, like, huge amounts of success sort of streamer slash YouTuber. But I feel like we'll always have, hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, we'll always have kind of our niche. We're never going to be the moment, but we'll be around, you know. That's one of the things about not digging into or being adjacent to, like, other people or dramas. You miss a lot of the peaks, but you also miss a lot of the troughs, too. Raid Guide's best performing type of video? No. Although they're one of the most consistent ones that I've done over the lot. Like, I haven't missed any raid tiers since I started doing them in Legions, so they do well just by consistency. My Animal Crossing video is my most successful video ever by an enormously large margin. I did one Animal Crossing guide that hit the algorithm right when Animal Crossing was having its, like, COVID moment. And to this day, that video still pulls in views just because it's big enough to be floating around in the ecosystem. That's where the money is. We gotta go. We got a hearth. Let's pick a hearthstone. That's so funny, right? I had a YouTube manager at one point that I would have, like, meetings with, and she was always like, do you think you could do another one of those? And I'm like, I mean, I can try, but sometimes you're just at the right place at the right time. I am going to hearth. I did do a few more Animal Crossing videos. They didn't get close to the success of that one. I didn't think they were really going to. Hang on, I gotta figure out what she looks cutest doing. That's pretty good. I mean, that's a very hunter thing. Dear Raven, thank you for the gift subs. I do think it's worth experimenting with different types of YouTube videos, though. I can certainly do fine on guides, and I'll keep making them. But I think there's got to be something else that would work. That's kind of Haranir too. I don't have a team. I do everything. I do all the editing. I do the thumbnails. I do the SEO. I'd say I do the ideas, but they're not that creative. I do the ideas. All the VO, all of it. I did have an editor for, like, 2 videos a bunch of years ago. And they were editing stream VODs for me, and they did a great job. But I decided that I am better off as a, like, I am unwilling to underpay an editor, and I cannot afford to properly pay an editor. So it's just not worth it. It's easier for me to do it myself, even if it means less content. Let's do this one. This is a good one. Kieran was demoted from the team. Yeah, it is a lot, but the thing I've come to realize is if it means that I don't make as much content as someone with a team, then I won't make as much content. It's better to just kind of do what I can, try not to burn out. My overhead's very low because I'm not paying anybody but myself. I don't need, like, all my equipment is purchased, basically. So as long as I have my mortgage paid and my bills paid, we're doing all right. Straw, what area? Straw Hat area. Sometimes Straw Hatter, yeah. There we go. Straw Hatter, yeah. Thank you for the Prime sub. I had to read it a few times. Appreciate it very much. Wow, sub is an expense. I've never tried to claim it. I don't want to have to explain it to an audit. I could get away with it for sure. It would be valid, but it's just not worth the conversation. It's not enough money to make it worth the conversation. A lot of people misunderstand tax write-offs and they think that it means the thing is free, and that's not what it means.
Be careful.
Not everybody, but sometimes. All right, I gotta go. I will be back after my Hazel weekend. I take 2 days off, but I'll be back on Wednesday. In the meantime, I have YouTube videos up on my channel. The raid guides are coming out every day, so thank you for your support of those. The first 7 should be out before the raid launches on the 17th. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.